We are live now, by the way. Hello, everybody joining us live. This is Android App Addicts podcast. We have not started the show yet. Hence the informal attitude. We will officially start in approximately 10 minutes. Please mingle amongst yourselves. If you want to join the chat, we have a chat room at tlk.io/AAA. Talk.io/AAA. No, talk.io/AAA. But talk without the A. TLK.
If you need a topic to discuss, whether or not U.S. should go back to basing its monetary value on gold. You guys talk about that, and we'll be starting here shortly.
I'll keep my quiet.
Would you like a conversation menu today, sir?
The topics today.
Oh yes, that'd be great. Thank you.
Who would talk about possums? It's telling me I should talk about possums. Wow. It's going.
I'm not really tired. I don't know why I'm yawning.
Oh, I know why I'm yawning.
Dude. Word, man. It's been a long week.
Yep. I swear
True that.
I blame kid germs. That's what I do.
Oh, I blame weak immune systems.
To take that. My kids don't
frail bodies.
Don't you dare talk about my children like that.
We got like the enterovirus all up in here, all over the place.
I wasn't talking about your kids, Doris. I was talking about you.
Oh, okay. Just be happy you're not in Texas. They got Ebola. Because they do everything bigger in Texas, even disease.
Yeah.
You're not. Are you sick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was definitely talking about you, not your kids. I would never say something like that about your kids.
I'm messing with you, man. Jesus. My ear infection, was last week. I'm on antibiotics, and now my throat is killing me. And then the wife keeps telling me to take, Claritin. Just take some Claritin, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, Claritin.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah, sure. Just I need more drugs. No.
That's the opposite of clear, is what that makes you.
No.
Claritin is just it's
because you've never seen the commercials. After you take the pill in the commercials, the lens goes clear.
Yeah, it's the opposite though. Yeah. It makes my brain foggy. I can't think straight when I'm on that stuff.
Exactly.
So I feel normal? Is that what you're saying, Eric? I won't notice a thing?
And what do antibiotics have against biotics? Like, why do they hate them so much?
That's the thing I don't understand. I literally messed with my wife. I said, look, this makes no sense. You're watching a commercial promoting probiotics. You eat probiotics, and then you take antibiotics. Can't you make up your mind? Oh, she got pissed at me.
Who, the doctor?
No, this was my wife. Like a couple months ago, she had something, and she was taking an antibiotic. I said, can't you make up your mind? You ate probiotics earlier this morning. Now you're eating antibiotics. I don't understand women. She was a little upset at that.
Anti-robotics.
And I would be drinking beer, but my head's killing me.
I've got one left, and not one I like.
You don't like Shock Top?
No, I don't like wheat beer for one, and I don't like wheat beer mass-produced by Budweiser for two.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Budweiser produces Shock Top?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Bought them years ago. Okay, you invited the public to join the call, Steve.
All right. Hey, Chuck.
Oh, I did. Crap.
Gene is there.
Chuck, nothing against you, but I didn't mean to invite everyone. You can hang with us. You can hang with us for a couple minutes if you want. How do I undo that door?
Let me go somewhere else where you can actually see me.
You can't, Steve.
We're gonna start a new hangout then.
You can't disinvite. Not unless you want to get podcast bombed.
Well, you can restart it. You can shut this down and restart it.
I will do that.
I love you, Steve. I love you.
Let's just go. Chuck can hang with us.
We don't have a guest. We have Chuck. Chuck, what are you doing tonight?
If anybody more comes in, we'll end the conversation. But Chuck can hang out if he wants.
I really don't have problems with it. I mean, unless it gets too crowded, then I always lose it.
Well, your connection's bad. So
Are you on your tablet?
I'm on my Samsung tablet, yes.
Right.
Galaxy Tab.
Do you want to be part of the first show, Chuck? We could ask you about apps and stuff.
You
I
can say
have
you're
no-
a developer.
I'm not a developer.
You could pass for one.
Yeah.
I could play one on TV, I guess.
You are.
All right, let's get started. Oh, crap.
Oh crap!
I'm not recording. I don't have the other laptop to record Chuck's audio. All right. Chuck, we'll talk to you sparingly.
I really, I just like to hang out.
Wow.
I can't even hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just like to hang out is what I said.
All
Can
right.
you hear me now?
Okay, yeah. All right, well then you could just hang out in the bleachers then and watch. I mean, like you could be part of this call, but yeah.
Hey, hon.
We'll see how your audio goes.
No, they're in bed.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes, actually, it is.
If I would have known, I would have had a headset and everything.
No, don't worry about it.
Fine,
Don't worry
exactly.
about it.
Okay.
We'll just talk amongst ourselves, and we'll know that you're there, and then it'll be fine. All right, you guys ready?
No. Oh, I might be. Yeah, I think I am. Wait, let me test this real quick. A second. Okay. Stop.
All right.
File. New. Close. No. Okay.
Do you have a developer?
We had one. He bailed on us.
Oh.
The developer was what's his name again?
Kevin from RAR.
Kevin from RAR once was Instagram.
Yes.
Insta radio.
Insta Radio.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I'm just so mad at him for bailing on us that I can't
Why?
even remember the name of his app or the old name
Yeah.
of his app.
Why would you have him on again after just 4 weeks?
Well, he changed the name of his. I wanted answers for why he would change.
Eric wanted answers.
I did too. And it's like a whole new app. He would be like treated like a whole new person.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go. Three, 2, 1, record.
Testing. Wow, I was really thrown off by the 3 count.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, right.
Gotta get my stuff together here. All right, here we go. Welcome to Android App Addicts episode number. All right, keep your guys' recordings going. I did not reset this to the new folder, podcasts. This is BB 263 to 265. Perfect. All right, move unused files. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Welcome to Android App Addicts episode number 263. This is the show we talk about Android applications. A bunch of guys on the show bringing a bunch of apps. Let me introduce the co-host and we'll get right into it. Starting with the door-to-door geek, Steve McLaughlin from podnuts.com. What's up, Door?
Hey, Steve. I would say same old, but I'd be lying through my teeth. I got 2 announcements here this show, but let's first introduce everybody.
All right.
And Steve, how you doing?
Doing awesome.
Good.
I could only be a little bit better.
Oh.
You know how people say couldn't be better?
Right.
I could be a little bit better. Let me introduce now Eric Ardini from DiniMedia.com. What's up, Eric?
Hello, fellas. It's been a crazy week. I'm glad to be here to unwind and hang with the boys.
I'm really happy to have you here. We always miss Eric when he's gone. Don't ever go away again, Eric.
Yeah, give me 2 weeks from now. It's going to happen again.
Anybody who's watching the live video, we have the Rhino. Chuck is joining us for this show. He's going to be hanging out. Probably not going to hear anything from him because his audio is not up to par for the show. But I accidentally invited the whole AA club. and Chuck jumped in. So I'm like, yeah, just hang with us, Chuck. So let's just say hi to him real quick. What's going on, Chuck?
Hey, not much. How you guys doing? I'm sorry my audio is bad.
No, man, this is unexpected, but we're happy you're there. It's like, we're feeling the love. We're happy Chuck's part of the group down there. You doing all right?
Yeah, great. This
Good.
is better than life itself.
It's just like OLF early.
It is. It is. Now, we've been having contests like crazy. We're just like contest fiends here. For those of you who want to win an LG G Watch, to enter, just join the AAA Club at podnuts.com/AAA Club. A name and email address, you are entered. Plus, you get the perks of joining the show live and all kinds of other cool stuff. Door sends out deals quite often. Eric sends out stuff and puts stuff in the G Plus community. Get the perks and behind the scenes with AAA. So definitely join the club. Now, we did give away 2 weeks ago a Sony Smartwatch 2. Is that what it's called?
Yes, sir.
And our winner did not contact us to claim it yet, so we're going to give him 2 more weeks.
Yep.
And if he doesn't get back to us, we're going to re-contest off that watch. I know contest isn't a verb. But Dor, who was the winner for last show so he could hear his name and then contact us?
He registered his name as E.S. Williams, 35-year-old male. I'm going to believe it is. E.S. Williams. Eli, I believe, email us, aaa@podnuts.com, to claim your prize. Please use the same email address that you used in registration.
Yes, please. Got to be legit. Thank you very much. All right, Dor, why don't you start us off for this week with some apps?
Oh, no. First, I have one announcement. And first off, I got to say, I am personally ashamed of myself. I am absolutely, utterly ashamed. Steve, you should be ashamed. Eric, you should be ashamed. I cannot believe none of us thought of this. And I can't remember the guy's name who said this to me in Google Plus because it didn't happen 2 minutes ago. I still might not remember his name, but yesterday he said, hey, Dor, why not in your newsletter that you have set up already, once a week, send out all the apps that were mentioned in this show. So
such a good idea.
So people can have it in their email at the end of the week.
Such a good idea.
What I just said, if you were here, I would buy you a beer and threaten to kiss you. Because that was one of the most commonsensical things anyone has said to me like in the last couple weeks. So starting on every Friday, on the last show of the week, is where I expect to send out the email with the weekly roundup broken down by show and links to the apps.
Beauteous. That is ingenious. I thank you for that. Seriously.
Shame on us, for real. Yeah, how could we have not have thought of that?
Nope, didn't even enter our minds.
No,
not in the least.
Okay, that was the first announcement. Now the second announcement is a little bit different. I, being the guy that would not stop complaining about I could not get off unlimited data, this, that. I plunged, if you will, and I bought a OnePlus. That's the make of the phone. It's called the One, so it's the OnePlus One, or as I call it, the Two. That kind of makes sense. 5.5-inch phone. 64 gigabytes of internal memory, 3 gigs of RAM, quad-core processor, blah, 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 display, 3,100 milliamp battery, really good battery. $350 off contract. This is literally the equivalent to a brand new $700 off contract phone. I thank Steve Sears. That name, I'm sorry, other guy, I remembered Steve Sears. Steve Sears is the guy that sent me the invite for this. I cannot thank him enough. The Moto X had great built-in Moto features. It was the only phone I've ever liked the pre-built-in applications specific to that device. This does not have those features. Even without those features, this is by far the fastest phone I've ever had in my life and the best experience I've ever had. Remember that email that I sent Steve with all the apps from App Dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I literally had that email open, and I would tap the app, tap install, tap confirm, tap back, tap an app, and I did it faster than that for every one of those apps on that list, basically 100 plus applications, and the phone never slowed down.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm utterly blown away. I'm on the T-Mobile $30 a month plan, unlimited data, throttled after 5 gigs, 100 minutes talk, 100 text messages. So we'll see how it goes. T-Mobile, I'm gathering, is like a local thing. My experience is not going to be like what your experience would not be what Eric's experience is not what Chuck's experience would be. Everybody in different areas is a little bit different. So far, I can say I'm very satisfied with it. In my house, I didn't expect to get a signal. I literally live on a peninsula. On Verizon, I was lucky to get a signal. So
That's cool, dude. Isn't T-Mobile impressive? I'm very impressed by them. Another thing that impresses me about them is when we had to do the podcast when I was at a remote location, I was using my phone as my router, and I called them. I said, I need unlimited data for one night. I'm like, yeah, man, no problem. We'll prorate it and everything. And no sweat. And it was like that. It wasn't like, hello, sir, Mr. Cherubino. Or they would have messed up my name. But it'd be like, hello, Mr. Cherubino. Yes, we can do that. No, it wasn't like that. He was like, yeah, dude, no problem, no sweat. And I did it, and he's like, is there anything else you need? Like, just let us know. Like, anything else? Like, that's how they were talking to me. And I called twice, and they were like that. So I really love that and not like the robotness.
Yeah. I'll say I have not dealt with a person yet. I haven't had to. So that's one thing I like about it. But the one thing that really tickled me, I'll say, maybe giggle.
Pink? Like T-Mobile color?
No, absolutely not. I went online to buy the SIM card, and you go say, I need a SIM card. You say what kind you need, nano, micro, whatever. I picked it out. Then I went to purchase. And then on the line item, it said $10. And then if you look back to the left of the item description, it says, enter SIM deal promo code, where it should have said, nano SIM card 1. It said enter promo, da-da-da. And I went down to the coupon code to enter that code. It went from $10 down to 1 penny.
Wow.
So if you're smart and read, you pay a penny. If you're dumb and quick, you pay $10. No doubt that's a litmus test that gets recorded in their database. This guy paid $10. Expect him to call and be burdensome. But the guy who paid 1 cent, he should be okay.
Yeah.
It cost me 1 cent. They 2-day UPS'd it.
Wow.
So they took a hit.
Yeah.
Send me the SIM card. Yeah, I was blown away by that too. Very easy setup process. Went online, entered 3 bits of information. Bada bing, bada boom. Paid the first month, and away I go.
It's the little things like that the companies just don't get, and the companies that do get it are gonna I think end up coming out ahead in the end because people remember little things like that.
Yeah, I know I did. And they talk about it on podcasts.
Yep. Well, now the one caveat I'm going to say is 2 people told me this, and I think what I was talking to you the other day, Steve. I think it's a customer service rep. They believe they're being honest, but I do believe it's a little bit misconstrued. I was told by 2 people that on the $30 a month plan, I'm only going to be accessing something like 60 to 70% of the T-Mobile towers. If I paid the $80 a month, unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited data, I would access all the towers. I do believe after the 5 gigs, I'm going to not be able to connect to all the towers. But right now, I'm really getting very good speeds, I believe, and really good service.
That's awesome. Can I ask if you were switching carriers, why didn't you take advantage of being a new customer on a new carrier and just get a subsidized phone?
Because I couldn't get this phone. And here was the real reason I got this phone. The Moto X, the new Moto X was coming out. The new Moto X, there's no doubt in my mind, is a maybe phone of the year. Fantastic device. But it's not a truly door-friendly device. I did a little bit of research on this device, and what I found was it didn't matter the version of Android or CyanogenMod that's running. You can drop to a command line I'm on Linux weenie, sorry. You can drop to a command line on any operating system, download this freely available tool, ADB and Fastboot, and within 3 commands, you have an unlocked bootloader and a rooted device. Forever. Doesn't matter if I get OTA updates or anything, it's very easily rootable, and I hate having a carrier device and worrying about OTA updates and then, 4.4.4 is out, but can it be rooted? So I didn't even want to go through that hassle.
I gotcha. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I got to ask you, what do you think of the size? I mean, that's quite a bit larger than any phone you've had.
Yeah, very. As soon as I picked up the phone, I said, this is nearly too big. I don't know. And then I went back after half an hour and touched my old phone and said, this is like a child's toy. This is so puny, my Moto X. I can't believe how cute it is. It's so small. After a couple days, I cannot see going back smaller. I will say 5.9 phones, it's going to be a question of width. I really can't do much wider than this in my hand. It's really like borderline almost too wide.
What's the screen size?
5.5 inches.
Ah, nice.
Right. And one of the stupidest features of all is on the bottom, there's the capacitive buttons. In the interface, you can disable those and put buttons on the screen. In short, what I'm saying is this phone is either you can open up it, turn it on, and never mess with any of the settings and have a really good experience. Or you can get in there and you can do some insanely crazy customizable tweaks to the interface, the notification bar, the home row, the lock screen. I mean, anything you can tweak if you want to. But you will.
And you will.
Over time, I will. And I will say one of the stupid things I like about it is there's a built-in theme store. You don't need to know nothing. And in 2 clicks, you can browse and buy themes that are in the store and just instantaneously completely change everything on your device.
Very cool, man. Congrats on the phone.
Thanks, sir.
It's awesome.
Hey, what's the pixel density on that phone?
It's high.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know.
I like high pixel density.
All right. You want to bring a quick app door, or was that your app?
That will be my first app.
All right, Eric, what do you got?
Well, I've got a cool boxing app. Sweet. And let me pass this into the chat here. It is called Real Street WRB. And the WRB stands for World Robot Boxing. This is a really very good-looking robot boxing game, basically. Way better than even the real Rock'em Sock'em robots. It's got. I haven't played a ton with it, but it's right up my alley. It's a really good-looking game, and it's just fun.
I'm checking out the video now. Looks pretty. I mean, the video's pretty killer.
It's really neat how they got like a bunch of crowd in the background and cool backgrounds for the boxing matches.
Wow, it looks amazing.
Really went all out on it. It's by Reliance Big Entertainment UK Private Limited.
Looks amazing.
Yeah, good looking game.
Stupid question, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I did not download this game was once I saw it, I couldn't get the taste, I'll say, of Wolverine out of my head because of the name of the app, Real Steel. Is this actually affiliated with the movie? Do you know? Is this like a promotional tool for the movie, or completely separate? Do you know?
I'm not familiar with the movie, so.
Oh, God bless you! You're a lucky man.
I don't do comic movies much, so
I'm with you on that one, Eric.
Well, it wasn't really a comic movie. It was honestly more man, boy, feel good summer hit, kind of thing. It was bad.
Wait, did you say Wolverine?
The guy who played Wolverine.
Oh, right. Okay, I remember that movie, Real Steel.
Yeah,
right.
Real Steel. Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
All right.
Wolverine.
Okay, so the movie you're referring to isn't Wolverine.
No.
It's called Real Steel.
Okay, I haven't seen that either. I don't
And it's
see movies
robots
much.
fighting. It's robots fighting. This
Oh,
probably is something having to do with that movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't download it just because of that.
Okay, well, it says the movie springs to life with new special moves and cinematic ripoffs. So it must. I don't know if that really says that it's affiliated or not.
Where does it say that?
Down in the description of the game, it says the movie springs to life with new special moves and cinematic ripoffs. Huh. But I still can't answer your question, Dor.
That's
maybe.
So weird that they write that.
Oh, okay, based on DreamWorks' 2011 film starring Hugh Jackman.
Well, yeah, and looking at the
Wolverine.
video, in the very beginning, there was a scene from the movie, it looked like, and the guy boxer they showed did look like him.
So let me just ask you this final question. Did the movie suck?
Well, because it was PG-13, yes, it was horrible.
Really?
Yeah, but I will say there was a guy in the movie called the Cowboy who, he was pretty funny. But yeah.
Well, it's hard to be rated R if you're just robots. There's not really going to be any blood, and there's not going to be a whole lot of nudity. You know,
Oh,
you almost really have to go out of your way to make it R.
Yeah, no, there was opportunity. There was opportunity, sir.
All right. Cool. Good game, Eric. How's the game play?
It was really good. I'm still in the tutorial areas of it,
All right.
so yeah, no, it plays great. A lot better than another game I played this week.
We're gonna hear about that too.
I wasn't gonna bring it. It's so bad. I was like,
ooh,
leave that one on the shelf.
All right, Dor. What do you got for us today?
Okay, the app I'm going to bring is technically a regurgitation. An application regurgitation.
Already.
But it was one that I literally abused this past week because it was needed. I didn't want to go through the hassle, to be honest, of backing up and restoring my phone with Titanium or Ultimate or whatever the name of the app this week, because there's always seemingly random failures. We're going from this to this, Titanium might fail. Or going from this to this, well, Ultimate might fail. So it was always a little bit of a pain. So instead, I used an app called Data Sync. Here's the real beautiful part about Data Sync. You basically go on each phone and install all of the apps. All the apps have to be installed up front. So I have Dropbox hypothetically installed on both devices. Then on the old device, I can basically go in, sign in with my Google account, which means it's basically synced through Google Drive, aka a backup. Then on your main device, you can make a list of applications. So I basically went on my old Moto X, logged into Google Drive, made a list of applications, and then said, okay, now sync them up to my Google Drive. Ding, ding, hit 2 buttons. A minute and a half later, 2 minutes later, whatever, it was done. Pulled up my new device, installed Data Sync, signed in, it automatically pulled down the list of apps. So it already knew it was synced kind of thing, and then I just said sync down to my phone. And then all of my logins were saved for my applications, all of my settings were saved, all the configurations. It was like I never had to reinstall them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, this made a much painless process of moving from device to device. And it even worked with my Podcast Addict, which I didn't think it would work. I was able to sync Podcast Addict itself.
Really?
And then when I launched it on my phone, on my new phone, it basically saw, and then it started downloading all the shows that weren't already downloaded.
I'm sorry. I was typing, putting it in the chat when you were talking about how you saved it up to like a Google Drive.
Yeah, one of the options is to sign in with your Google account. When it did that, it automatically allowed me to create a list of applications and seamlessly save everything up to my Google Drive.
Nice.
And then just bring it down into the new phone.
It was maybe the most painless change from device to device I've ever had.
That's cool that you could, especially a podcast player, remembered all your podcasts in there when you reinstalled. Wow.
Yeah, they do have a paid version. I don't know what the paid version has that the free one doesn't. I'm gonna probably now, be honest, buy the paid one just to support this guy because it's a great app, great experience, worked perfect.
Can I ask how you found this when you were looking? Like, is this just one you picked at random, or does this have features that you were looking for?
All honesty, I believe this was an application introduced to me by either Jeff Owens or Ellis Owens one time when they had a problem with titanium or the back is not working.
Now, when it says root is required, do you have to have both phones rooted then?
No. To restore, you have to have root. To back up, I'm 99.999% sure you do not need root.
Okay.
Very cool. Awesome. Data Sync by Quint Stoffers. All right, Eric, got any more apps for us to show?
Sure. If you got, I got a real quick one. And this
need to
goes
do
along
quick.
with.
We'll just do two each.
Well, it's a really small app.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
This would be a great thing to install on the G Watch that we're giving away. Did we talk about the G Watch at the beginning of the show? I don't know if we did. We talked about the other watch that we haven't given away that we're trying to give away. But anyway, somebody's getting the G Watch that I've been testing, and this app is called Ringtone Remote. It's a really super simple app that you install on the G Watch or your smartwatch, any Google Play or Google Wear device, and you can just very simply, without reaching into your pocket or reaching across your desk or reaching where your phone is, you can turn your phone from vibrate to mute to volume up.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice.
That's all it does, though. I mean, it's nothing. It's by Business Slacks, which is a great app name, or app developer name.
Business Slacks. This is a very needed thing, though. I mean,
Yeah, it's just super simple app that works, and sometimes that's better than fancy apps.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'll say I think this is probably just like Android when it was first around, where you're going to have a lot of unitasking apps, and and that's just the way it is. You're going to have single-purpose apps that do one thing and they do it well, and then after a while you'll start seeing applications merge features and expand feature sets. But this is one I can say I would use because I hang up on everybody. I do. That's just the way it is.
I'll side button them?
No. Typically, I don't do that because they know it. Like when I was on Verizon, if someone from Verizon called me up and I hit that side button, they knew it. They heard a beep. When the young kids, whippersnappers, told me, I heard the beep. Why did you mute my ring? So I just said, okay, fine. Answer, hang up. Now you really know.
There's a beep? I never realized that there was a beep.
That's what I was told, and he knew it, and I did it. Oh, it was Gary. Gary Howe was the guy who told me about the newsletter. Thank you, Gary. He just pinged me. I'm sorry, Gary. I forgot your name. About the newsletter app listings. Thank you.
Oh, cool.
Okay. I still think it's hilarious that you just hang up on people. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't want to talk. That's why I got a 100-minute plan. You know why?
Yeah,
because that's 99 more than I need.
That's a great excuse now. I got this new phone and plan. I'm sorry. I can't talk to people on the phone because I don't have enough minutes.
That's a great one. Very cool, man. Good one, Eric.
Yeah.
Was that the app you wanted to bring, or did you want to do another one real quick?
No, that's cool for now.
Okay. Door.
Yep.
One more app for the day.
Oh, that's going to be easy. Okay. The app I'm going to bring, this is not a regurgitation, but I'm surprised it's not. Because I really thought we would have mentioned this last week, or I believe the week before was when it was brand new. It's called Hangout Dialer. Okay. Long story short, when we started doing this podcast, everybody said using Google Voice, you can use your device over the data network to make and receive calls. And I had to convince everybody for years, no, you're wrong. It makes it look like that, but at the last second, it changes to your normal phone and goes over your normal phone number. And then they were like, oh. But when the caller ID comes up on the other end, it does tell them it's using your Google Voice. So yes and no. Now, I don't know how Google was doing this without getting explosions by the carriers back at them. But now they're doing it. I think the only thing I can think is, back when we first started this, there was a lot of unlimited data plans. Now there's not a lot of them, so they have limited data. So now if it's voice over data, whatever, we're going to get money out of you either way. So Hangouts Dialer lets you seamlessly in your phone to make and receive phone calls via your Google Voice number, just like it's a phone. You don't know it's not a phone, and the person on the other side doesn't know it isn't a phone, but it's a phone.
Amazing.
So now Steve can use his Nexus 7 as a phone.
I don't know if this is available for tablets.
Good call, Eric.
I'm honestly not positive, but I will say two quickies. When I was getting the SIM for this phone, I was this close to saying, give me a tablet SIM and use this feature and not have a phone plan at all. But this is a new relationship. We just met. Hi, T-Mobile. I'm Door Geek. Glad to meet you. I'm 42 years old. I live in Maryland my whole life. You know, I've had a job for 20 years. I'm a stable guy. I don't want to come off ignorant as soon as we start this relationship out.
Or you're going to abuse their system. Don't be all nice in the beginning.
Hey, abusing is one thing. Lying is something else. I didn't want to lie and say, give me a tablet SIM and let me shove it in my phone. So I got one. But I literally looked at the phone, and I never thought about this. I couldn't figure out how to get my phone number out of it. So it was out of necessity. I was giving people the Google Voice phone number because it was easier for me to find.
Yeah, I suppose that's a thing.
Yeah, so I've been giving people that number.
How's the call quality? It goes over the same phone line and everything?
No, the phone is over the old phone. Not everyone's on voice over LTE yet. This is over the data line. It sounds like a crappy phone call is the best way I can put it. It sounds fine.
Okay.
It doesn't sound pristine. Doesn't sound worse. It doesn't sound laggy. It sounds good.
I can't wait till the whole old phone number systems is gone and we're just using data and services like this Hangout, which I hope would increase the audio quality, like Skype. Like when I call with Skype, people with Skype, it's so clear. I love it. So I hope this is the beginning of the end of phone numbers.
I was in a conference last week in Chicago, and the CEO of AT&T was there, and he said in the year 2003, 92% of the homes in the United States had a wire phone line. Now it's 18%. And
really,
yeah, it's a lose, and they have to maintain the whole network. You know, but the 18% usage now of that huge network.
That's crazy
for phones. And they do have some DSL and stuff.
That's going to be a big of a jump as like when everybody had to go from like when they all had to get those digital antennas for their TVs and people were just freaking out. When TV like signals went digital, remember that? Like your antennas, yeah. That's going to be a change like that.
This would be a bigger change, I think, than that. I think for some people.
They'll be like, I can't get my AOL. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is some good apps you brought today, boys. Congratulations. I have one. Let me bring one real quick.
Cool.
I am very, very, very happy that I'm on T-Mobile, like I said earlier, and I'm super happy with T-Mobile. But the one thing that was like a thorn in my side, like a pet peeve, the one thing that was bothering me about them was when I would get a voicemail, I'd have to call, like press 1, call my voicemail number, listen to it, and then listen to the menu go, to delete this, press 7. To save, press 1. To hear it again, and I'm just like, no! I'm like, I want visual voicemail. And finally I checked in the Play Store a couple days ago, and T-Mobile has visual voicemail now, so I don't have to do all that crap. I'm super happy. The app's okay. It seems like it works fair. Nothing real special, but T-Mobile customers now have visual voicemail. Long overdue. My only pet peeve, though, is handled, so I'm happy about that.
Can't you use Google Voice?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, that's what it's made for. I mean, it transcribes all of your phone calls, all your voice messages, and you can play them if you want to hear it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's compatible with all carriers, but on the Nexus devices, there's no doubt. You go into your home about settings and I can't remember where it's at, off the top of my head, but in there you can say, set my voicemail to, and you change it to Google Voice. And
Oh
then,
my God, I didn't even know that. I had
Well-
no clue.
knowing's half the battle.
Thank you, boys.
Yeah,
I
Google
shouldn't be
Voice
the
works.
host of an Android show, should I?
Google, Google Voice works really well, except for some of the transcribes are just hilarious when it can't quite understand what your buddy was trying to tell you.
Me and my brother, when he comes over, we read them. Mainly the ones that the voicemails from Cody Cooper. Because Google translates them so bad that every word is wrong, and we just read them and crack up.
They're hilarious.
Yeah.
Dragon Naturally Speaking works about the same way. I've had it translate an entire meeting with like multiple people in there in different voices, and it just goes crazy.
That's so good.
Dor, I'm really afraid about getting a new phone because I don't want to lose this unlimited data, and I just hope that it comes back around soon so that I don't have to go without it.
Well, I'll say this: you're in a very bad area, Eric. There's no way to put it. You're in a very bad area. But there is hope on the horizon. Verizon threatened a month and a half ago to start throttling 4G unlimited customers. I believe FCC was the guys that interrupted literally like the day of this recording and said, no, you're not going to do that. So they've pulled back on that. But I've also been told the join rates of unlimited data plans on T-Mobile and I believe AT&T are concerning the other carriers. And I believe Verizon just announced today they're also going to share their data plan somehow. They're going to change their shared data plan to be more friendly, which I'm going to guess means stop screwing people over.
Why were they going to throttle 4G?
To make you mad.
People were abusing it?
Well, here's one of the huge failings about America. I love America, but there used to be a time in this country where customer service was the separator that would drive customers to go work with them, i.e. Macy's. Macy's back in the day had a concierge guy who, if you wanted something and Macy's didn't have it, he would walk across the street and buy it from Hex, bring it back to you, and sell it to you at the same price just to make you happy because you're a customer. Nowadays, companies want more to bring in new customers much more diligently than keep a hold of old customers. Verizon has not offered unlimited data for over 2 years. So if you're still on unlimited data, that means you are purposely not upgrading your phone. So they do not like you. You're not spending more money with them. So they want to make it hard for those people.
I see.
It's, the shareholder first.
Yeah, make it hard for those people that have been like on their side the whole time. Go ahead, Eric.
Right, yeah, that's me. I mean, I've had this phone way too long, and I'm ready for a new phone. Take my money, please, but don't take away my unlimited data.
Yeah, that's why I had to buy off-contract devices in the past.
Very cool, boys. Good show. Mucho apreciado for the apps and the information. If you guys want to contact us, send an email to AAA@podnuts.com. If you want to send us a voicemail, call 7076-PODNUT. Join the AAA club at how many times can I say AAA? Join the AAA club at podnuts.com/AAA, and you'll be entered in a contest to win an LG G Watch. And our contest winner from last month is
ES
Williams. ES, let us know, man, that you heard this, and we'll send the watch out your way. Otherwise, it's going to go back into the drawing bin, whatever. All right. Anyway, that's going to be it for Android App Addicts for today. See you next time. Not even that late, and I'm still screwing up.
The drawing container.
Drawing.
Being container. I don't have a lot of apps this week. I'm just looking and I'm like, holy crap, why don't I have any?
That's right, we got a lot of emails.
Makes one of us.
Check this out. This is a wire. It's plugged into my mixer. I'm not going to put my phone up to my mic anymore. So.
Ooh.
Oh, my Lord.
Dang.
And that's the app I wanted to talk about. I know I had another app. I finally found an app that would play the downloaded voicemails, the MP3s. How was that show, Chuck? Satisfactory?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I had a couple of questions, and I wanted to tell you guys because I know I couldn't do a show because I didn't have the sound for it, or I don't have the sound for it. It's basically I do use Google Voice, and I have set up a fake phone on my tablet,
Oh, cool.
and it works fine.
Wow.
It's
That's good.
better if you use the headset.
That's good to know.
If you use the wireless headset, it sounds really good as a phone.
Wow. Good info, dude. I actually never even activated my SIM card in that tablet yet.
No, I don't even use a SIM card.
Oh,
I'm just talking about Wi-Fi only.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
Dude.
you can
That's
set it up as
Well-
your landline so that you don't have landline.
Well, and here's why I like that idea better. So when you're out of your house and you don't have Wi-Fi, you don't have to hang up on people. They go straight to voicemail.
Absolutely.
It's true. Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
Uh,
Awesome.
And plus, the look is great.
Hey, after I got the Nexus 5, I'm like normal size phones are okay with me again. I really like this phone.
You guys have done
Well,
such a flip flop. Doors all in
Steve.
big phones now. And
Steve,
You too, Eric. You're flip flop, and you're like, I want a big phone. I don't think I want a big phone. I
don't
think it's
think-
small one.
I don't know if I've ever said I don't want a big phone. I just
You-
haven't gotten one.
you definitely said a little bit of uncomfortableness about the Note might be too big.
Yeah, I probably did.
Yeah, but Steve, the Nexus 6, which is not going to be called the Nexus 6 because that was a bad guy in a movie or something, whatever. The next Nexus, 5.9 inches.
Nice. The next 6.
The next is
The
I think-
next 6?
I think they're calling it the Nexus. I want to say the Nexus X
5.9.
or the Nexus Droid or something.
They should call the
oh,
Nexus
my God.
5.9.
Sure, yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know it was going to be that big. It upsets me a little bit.
Mhm.
But I ain't jumping. I can
It'll
jump. I can jump. I'm not jumping.
It'll never come to U.S. Cellular, so I don't have to worry about making that decision.
yeah, we got off of the jump. My wife and my son both have the Nexus 5 from T-Mobile.
Mm.
Which I'm kind of disappointed because I would rather have the 32 gig than the 16 gig, but you can only get the 16 gig from T-Mobile.
Oh.
And it's the same
Right.
price as the 32 gig
Right.
from the Google Play Store.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, mine's 16 gig. I was just checking it today, and it's. Oh, wait, I think it is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, if you got it from T-Mobile, it is.
Okay.
I would say mine 64. I'm just saying.
I understand this. And
And I'm never going to use it.
you know, in a year and a half, probably, I will go for something with a bigger data plan or data storage on it.
In a year and a half?
Yeah, I'm going to use my phone for 2 years. I don't, that's just the way that I do it. I'm not gonna jump.
Yeah.
You say, yeah, I've never done that.
What phone do you have now, Chuck?
I have Moto G. Max and my wife both have the Nexus 5.
Well, I never
Yeah.
jumped either because it's the first time I've ever been on a jump plan, but I can't jump off the Nexus 5. It's just too nice.
I'm almost sure I'd have a Nexus 5 if I could right now.
Same here. If it would have been on Verizon, I would have already had it.
Why didn't you just get it on T-Mobile?
Because this
Yeah.
is technically spec-wise superior.
I'm waiting for
Except-
the.
It is.
Except for
It's
the
definitely better.
Hmm?
It's a
Except-
better phone.
Well, yes, except for the buttons. I'll give Steve, he has better buttons.
Thank you.
Oh, ceramic. Are you using the capacitive buttons at the bottom then, Door? Are you going to keep them?
Yeah, because I don't want it to take out my screen size.
Screen
I will,
space. Yeah.
and I will say one of the things, the back, it's hard to tell,
Mhm.
but it has a weird, I don't want to say suede, but it has a weird texture on the back.
Is it rubbery?
No.
No.
That's lame. Mine's rubbery. I don't even need a case.
I don't have a case either, and I have no thing on the front either.
Good.
I'm never putting a case on a phone again.
Is that a removable back?
Yes, you can technically remove the back and get custom backs, and it does go all the way around to the front kind of thing. It's very easy to take apart. You just take out the SIM card and pop it right off. But the guy who I watched the review on, let's just say he lived in San Francisco, and he said the sign that it was a good case was if you rub it against your face, you can feel the difference. And I'm thinking, I'm a man. I have facial hair.
It's a sign if it's a good case as compared to there's bad ones?
I don't know. I guess if you take your S3 and rub it up to a cheek without, it feels different than this.
I'm going to try.
I don't know. I didn't understand what he was saying.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you looking to feel?
I don't know. He said it feels really good, and the proof is it was from Android Authority or something like that. Which
man, my Nexus 5 is a good phone.
But let me tell you something. Between us here and the club watching, the Android Authority is such not an authority. These guys, most of these websites I go to are horrible at reviews. Horrible. I swear when they talk about the device, it's painfully obvious they really don't understand what's going on.
Wow. Their show is always on right when I launch the Hangout.
Yeah, that makes fun of us.
They're always on a live Hangout as well.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they're being real poppy and preppy too.
That's really opened up a new world to me. I've never been into the Android face rubbing, but I can see myself.
Yeah, right. Go up to somebody. Hey, what kind of phone is that? Can I see it for a second?
Just do it at the store, Eric.
No, I'm going up to people and saying, "Hey, what kind of phone is this? Is this good? Is this good?
Good." Just rubbing it on their face.
Oh my god! I need a video of that, but not from your phone, of course.
Right? Yeah, it wouldn't work for my phone. I'd have to have somebody else video it.
All right, let's do a show.
And we just did.
I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna leave.
All right, Chuck.
I'm gonna join back into the regular part.
Okay.
Where I'm not on the show.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah.
It was great. Bye-bye.
Later.
Take it easy, Chuck.
All right, you want to do a show?
That was one of the better shows we've had, actually.
You mean the talk we did after the show, or the actual first show?
No, the talk after. That was a good one. Except for, I guess, dissing other podcasts. That part, maybe not.
No, I'm not dissing podcasts. I'm dissing the entire network. Let's get it right.
Oh, the whole website?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Everything they do. Because
I
I think they're the guys that do the Android barbecue, and that too just upsets me.
All right, here we go. Welcome to Android App Addicts, episode number 264. This is the show where we talk about Android applications. Bunch of guys on the show talking about a bunch of apps in the hopes that maybe we could talk about an app you guys have never heard of before. You hear it on the show, you install it on your phones, and then you're forever indebted to us. Let me introduce the co-host, and we'll get into some apps and some listener emails and voicemails. Start with the door-to-door geek, Steve McLaughlin from podnuts.com. What's up, Door?
Hallelujah, Steve. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Better than normal. Yeah.
You could be a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm like a little above average.
Well, that's good.
High normal.
Better than being below average.
This is true.
A little bit more above average.
And you're doing good yourself, sir?
I'm doing good enough, except for it really hurts to swallow, but hopefully that doesn't come across.
Dude, gotta take. No, I'm not gonna say to take any meds.
I was gonna say,
I was gonna do it for the sake of the show, but I was thinking of trying to say something funny, but there's nothing funny about Door with a sore throat.
No.
Tea and honey.
Hmm.
That's what you need.
You know, not to take the spotlight off you, Door, but I kind of went on a new diet. Man, guys, I've been like putting on some pounds, and seriously, this is cyclic. You guys know me for a long time. I'm on something and off of it, on and off. Well, I'm trying something new, and what I'm trying to convince myself this time is that bread and sugar just don't exist on this planet. I'm going to literally pretend like I can't get them, like they just don't exist, never have. never will, and just eat everything else and see what happens.
That's a great plan because sugar is one of the worst things possible to put into your body, and bread's not that good for you either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Most sickness is caused by sugar.
Right. I would think that.
I'll just say technically sugar is a drug, and it should be handled like a drug.
Like caffeine.
Yeah, they're drugs. Should
I
just
agree.
go crazy with them.
I agree.
And bread, this is what my logic is. For millennia, okay, even if you believe the Earth is only 6,000 years old, whatever, for a long time, humans ate no bread, ate no grain. We didn't know grains.
Right.
We ate berries, vegetables, and protein.
Yeah.
So, to me, the human body is not conditioned for a lot of grain. So, I believe bread should not be at all eaten at every kind of meal. It's very bad, but
I'm with you.
I know, but it's tasty.
I know.
What about cow's milk?
We're the only thing on the planet that drinks another thing's milk, and that freaks me out when I stop and think about it.
Yeah, someone was the first for that. Hey guys, hold my water and watch this.
You must have had to be really thirsty, like super thirsty.
Yeah, I don't.
Or it was a dare.
It was a dare.
It could have been a dare. Like, no, really, guys, that was not bad. Come here. Let me throw chocolate. Let me throw it in this barrel and pound it with a stick. Oh wow, that makes it thick. Let's smear that on some new thing we call bread.
Yeah. Voila.
How about, wait, this has been sitting out in the sun for what, a week? Let me taste that. Let's call this cheese. Yeah. All right, boys. Like I said at the beginning of the... Wait, let me introduce Eric. Eric Ardini from DiniMedia.com. What's up, Eric?
Doing good, man. I'd say medium well. Yeah, medium well.
A little pink in the middle?
Yeah.
Good, man. Good. Hey, guys, we got a contest going on here. If you want to win an LG G watch, lucky you. We're giving one away in about 3 weeks from now.
I'd say 2 weeks from airtime.
2 weeks from airtime of the show. We're giving away an LG G watch. All you got to do is join the AAA Club at podless.com/AAA Club. Name and email. You get into our list. We send you cool stuff. We never spam you. We invite you to the live show. You get behind the scenes. It's just, it enhances your AAA experience. And you win a watch.
And I do believe, from what I read, the service that we're using does try to identify fraudulent double joins. So the people out there who've done that, I know who you are.
Nice.
I'm just saying.
Nice.
Knucklehead.
All right. Well, how about this? I have got a bunch of emails that you guys have written us. Let's get them read. I'm going to start off by clicking my little green Android App Addicts label as soon as my Gmail loads.
Hey, can I say something about the list too? When people sign up, you know how our first winner hasn't responded to us yet. We may say you're from Tennessee and you're actually not, because I know somebody who joined the club, and they're definitely from Illinois, and it showed them up as Wisconsin in the email that came to me from the company who's taking care of all that.
Really?
Yeah, and he didn't. I asked him. I go, "Did you put Wisconsin?" He's like, "No."
Well, no, it's based upon IP addresses, which is always regional. It's never exact.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Well, I'm trying to load up a voicemail here. So if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves...
Well, that's, that's my... He's on the same cellular network as I am, so I'll probably show up as somewhere like that, too.
Well, yes, and it does matter if you sign up from your phone or your computer.
Oh, yeah.
Or your work computer, or, because different connections have different things.
That's true. I'm pretty sure he signed up from... Because he's one of the 12. One of the 12 of us who uses U.S. Cellular.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm finally gonna play this because I gotta respect the man. This is Cody's email. I think I've been trying to play for the past voicemail. I've been trying to play for the past 3 weeks. I finally got this phone hooked up to my mixer, so it should be a little bit better audio quality. Here we go.
Hey guys, this is Cody Cooper again, calling into Android App Addicts. And fellas, brellas, I'm I'm fired up. I'm about to ignite. I'm so fired. Okay, couple things. First, Jeff Hallish, and to a certain extent, Stephen Eric, taking little jabs at Doris for running Linux, at least on 2 episodes this past week, the week before, and or probably 6 months from now, knowing when you're actually going to play it or hear this voicemail. I don't appreciate it, fellas. Come on. Remember what kind of software powers those phones you're using to review these applications that you're using. Enough said, right? Number 2, Eric Ardini. Whoa, buddy. We need to have some sort of showdown here. Perhaps on the show, maybe we'll revive a little contest we ran in the past.
So violent.
I heard you giving me some flack calling one of the expensive applications you brought to the show a Cody Cooper app. Those of you who don't remember, many episodes ago, I brought a $25 game, Demon's Score. I still a good game. I just want to remind you. Well, first of all, congratulate you. You guys are doing doing a lot better at mentioning the app during and after the end of every review. I commend you for that. But maybe if you took a little bit of that focus, just a tad, just a smidge, and remembered to mention podnuts.com/Amazon, our Podnuts affiliate link to Amazon, every single episode, you might be racking up just a little bit more money to buy those apps, those Cody Cooper apps. And don't you forget it.
An angry man.
Battery at 1%, I'm out.
1%. He's also violent to his battery.
He's one of the 1%.
He is a fan of like Street Fighter, the game.
Yeah.
But,
so that's where the anger comes from.
Well, I'm guessing maybe that's not enough of an outlet. Maybe he needs Street Fighter 2 Alpha or something.
Don't. I think Door's paying him to call in and try to keep us from razzing Door.
No. If anything, I would pay him to stop because there's no doubt in my mind all he's doing is subconsciously planting a seed for people like Jeff House to come on and say Linux sucks.
Yeah, I mean, just when I thought I was over all that, and I thought that it was cool to talk to Door again, and I'm like, oh, that's right. I forgot he's on that show.
He just reignited you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one good thing, he said, is promoting podnuts.com/Amazon. Those of you who are using that link, it's showing. That link is rocking, and it's really bringing a lot of revenue into Podnuts. So if you're not using podnuts.com/Amazon every time you make an Amazon purchase, do it. And if you are, thank you guys very much. It's really, really helping.
Yeah, I'll just say if we got like 25,000 downloads a show, I don't know if we would have to work. I'm just saying.
Good point. All right, let's do another voicemail here. Here we go.
Hey guys, this is Todd. I just got to say, I've listened to 247 of the 250 episodes, and unfortunately, I got to say, when Steve C says I'll edit that out, I'm not even. It ain't gonna happen. Not that that's a bad thing. He's a busy guy. He's got stuff to do, but just you can skip it. You don't even have to say that, Steve. You're a good guy. Don't worry about it. Take care.
I'm definitely going to edit that out.
Honestly, Todd pinged me and said, did I come off like a jerk? I didn't want to come off like a jerk. I was trying to rib him, but when I hung up, I thought I was coming off like a jerk.
I'll be honest. The first time I heard it, I thought, is he really upset with me? Like, is it really bothering him? And then I listened to it again, and I'm like, he's just joking around. And thank you, Todd. That needed to be said, and you are the man that said it.
I would say if he didn't say this is Todd in the beginning of the message, and I didn't know who it was, then I might have thought they were upset. But once I heard this is Todd, I knew something was coming.
Yeah, I know. I have the whole I'll edit it out. If I ever get T-shirts made, and that'll be my slogan on mine.
I'm sorry, but we don't do sound effects in any Podnut show. But if we did,
we will.
That would be the sound effect right there.
Yeah.
For me. Dora's going to be not trying to sound dumb.
Or I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Mine'll be a clown horn. I'm not gonna. Mine's gonna be a real sound effect, not some like. I don't know. That might be something different I could come up with, but it wouldn't be my own voice saying something I always say because I could just say it.
Your Harpo?
yeah, like that.
Well, the only place you could get like sound effects from the show has been removed from the Android market.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody tries to get the Android App Addicts soundboard from the Android market, it's been removed by Google because we emphasize the word Android in our app, and we don't own that term.
Well,
so
and
we should change the name to the Google Soundboard.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The official Google soundboard.
Yeah, and I'll say the same thing happened to Caleb Fultz's Android App Addicts companion app.
Yeah. I emailed him twice, and I said, it's the name of our show. Can we talk about this? And then the second time I said, I think I said something mean. I can't remember.
I was reading today something about they said that after you get pulled, you need to appeal it, and then you'll actually have a human look at your case.
Okay.
So if you still want to give it a try, it may be worth it.
I didn't know they had humans at Google.
They do after it's pulled.
I don't think they do. I think they just have really. That's where they bump you up to the second tier of Python scripts.
Level 2 Python scripts. That's awesome, Dora. All right, this one's from Mark. He says, I've been meaning to submit this for a long time. I don't see screen time on the list in the spreadsheet. Screen time has changed how our family manages the Nexus 7 tablets. We no longer have to police the boys like before over them waking up too early to sneak some tablet time in or having to be the bad guys limiting their tablet time every day. This app is awesome, having about every feature you could wish for. It's called Screen Time Parental Control. Let me throw it here in the chat for the boys and anybody who's watching live. And it looks like it's an app it's a parental control app that gives you control over how your kids spend time on their tablets and phones. It's called Screen Time Parental Control by Screen Time Labs. Any experience with this, fellas?
My kids are above the age of me controlling them like that. But if they were younger, this would definitely be something I would do. Whoa. I was just watching the video, and Mom really comes off kind of mean in about 15 seconds into the video. It's crazy. But, no, it's a great idea.
I'm just really happy you said mean because I was afraid you were going to say she comes off as like
Devil?
Wow, she's mean.
Yeah, so I think it's a super idea. The less screen time kids get, I think the better.
Yeah. Only adults should, ruin their lives by staring at computers.
I'd like at 45 seconds how Mom's kind of rubbing in her face. She's like, the daughter's all sad, and Mom's like all smiling, hey, I hit the turn off button on you.
Dude, Mom is horrible.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I will say this one went under Dora's radar, so I'm going to have to revisit this one. I'll say, unlike the video, I don't mind being the bad guy. I like, to a degree, my children fearing me. Not, crying fearing me, but,
Yeah.
fear respecting me.
Over them.
You gotta keep them afraid so they'll respect, so they'll trust. You can trust them that way.
Well, I don't want to go that far but
That's why I'm sorry.
Nudge, nudge. Yes. But I'm going to definitely check it out because any assistance I can get in helping, because I'll lose track of time sometimes too of how long they've been doing something. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mark Gammett. He shared that post with the AAA Club. So anybody who's privileged enough to be in that club got to see that one early.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, Mark. Todd writes, Boxer, a better inbox. Hey guys, just wanted to share an app with y'all. I guess you could say this one is the standard email overlay that most apps tend to use, augmenting the UI to be a slightly different animal. Like I said, it's called Boxer, a better inbox. A couple of things I like about this app compared with some others. It has an options pane where you long press an email that gives you the following choices: like, to do, quick, label, archive, delete, spam. While it's not groundbreaking, it has some well-thought-out features. I like the save to Evernote and to-do features. If you allow if you allow the app to text five of your contacts, you automatically get a free upgrade. You and the recipient. You can get exchange capability for a $9.99 upgrade. Hope you have a chance to check it out. I've been using it for a couple of days now, and I'm very pleased with it. Keep up the great shows. Todd, DJ Noob, sent using Boxer.
I think they may have changed the name of it a little bit because I see Boxer free email app in the store.
Yeah.
From September 29th, or so I think they may have changed it to that.
Did he give me a link?
I will say, well, I have the email open now, Steve. In his email, this is very unlike Todd. I will just say this. I'm not calling him out or anything, but he's typically ultra good about sending links. There's no link in this email, but I did find it here, Eric. I'll put it in the chat.
I already have it.
Yeah, this was the one, I'm 99% sure, the one feature that really caught my eye was simple linking to email accounts, but I also like the fact that right from the email, you could, in minimal clicks, create a scheduled event. So if an email deemed a calendar event or a scheduled event or a reminder, it did seem very quick.
Nice. That's a good idea.
I'm pretty sure this was it.
Sweet. Cool. Thanks for that one, Todd. Mucho appreciado. Jay Nguyen Knight shared a post with the AA Club. This one is called Wi-Fi. Oh, it's basically talking about the Wi-Fi calling and Wi-Fi extenders for better service at home from T-Mobile. Is T-Mobile the only service that got on this Wi-Fi calling thing, or do the other carriers do it too?
I want to say Sprint does it, but not positive.
Very cool. One of you guys brought Horizon, didn't you? Because Canon St. Rose shared that one with the club.
I believe that's where I got it from, too. Canon, listen, there's no way I can put this. I've said it in the past. Seriously, there's a lot of people I love. I wish I could meet him. The links he shares, he's my personal curation of cool. He never shares junk. He never shares spam. He never shares stupid stuff. He only shares top shelf stuff. So when I saw him share this app, I knew I had to look at it, and it immediately hooked me. I was sold on it as soon as I saw it.
That's awesome, man. Great compliment.
I have to agree. Everything he's shared with us is totally top notch. I agree.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'll throw out there, once again, I'm embarrassed. Earlier this week I said I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to admit I didn't know about MKBHD until him.
I don't know what that is.
MKBHD is a brand. It's a guy. He does a lot of good Android videos. The quality of the image and the audio is second to none. The fact that the video starts near instantaneous, he gets into it, right into the review, not a lot of hype, not a lot of junk, not a lot of crap, not a lot of stupid, not a lot of story.
But it makes it sound professional when you have an intro by an announcer. Like, I know, serious. I'm talking about like podcasts.
I despise that kind of stuff.
Me too.
He just gets into it, gets into the goods, gets into the honest stuff. He will speak bad about stuff. He will speak good about stuff. He's very... He appears to be one of the most unbiased people. Right? Unbiased? Yeah, unbiased people. There is.
Unbiased.
And it was unbiased. And it was all because of Canna. You're the man. Period.
We should have him on the show, Cannon.
As long as
you know what?
Cannon or Cannon? I don't know.
I have invited Marcus to the show, and he did not take us up on it yet. I was a little concerned about Marcus because he's got a big cast on one of his arms, and he didn't explain why that happened.
I'm sure it was because of the big phone. He had one of those gigantic phones.
Probably.
Well, the app Canon sent us was Horizon, and it allows you to record horizontal videos no matter how you hold your device.
Exactly. And it's only $1 for the paid version. Bang for the buck. Camera apps. I'm not a camera guy. This blew me away, so I personally suggest everyone go out and spend $1.
Yeah, definitely. Bobby Yakuzo sent us this one in the AAA Club. He says, I should stop reading the AAA Club and just make everybody join. He says, look what came back into the Play Store and is back in English. It went away for a while. Glad it's back. It's the Battle Cats. AAA actually reviewed this a long time ago, and I downloaded it based on the suggestion, became addicted, and then bam, all in Japanese, and then gone from the Play Store. Enjoy. I'll put the link in the chat, but it's Battle Cats from Ponos, Ponos.
Yeah, and you guys ready for the honest truth?
Yeah, always.
You know who brought this app, right?
Cody?
Yes. So Cody gets a tip of the hat from a listener when he's not even on the show. Touche, Cody. Touche. Good job.
That's good.
I'm afraid to install this app.
Man, it's hilarious. I remember when Cody brought it. Like the cats have all like different sized legs and weird things going on with them.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Jesse writes, "Hey guys, this is Jesse in St. Peters. My app pick is the Google Hangouts Dialer. This app finally allows you to make phone calls with your Google Voice number straight from your Google Hangouts app. You don't have to do the weird callback thing through your computer. It's a plug-in app, so for now the Google Voice app and the Hangouts app have to be installed as well. Maybe I should have called in and left a voicemail to test the app out."
Oh, good call.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I will say the only hook or crook, you have to have Hangouts installed, Google Voice installed, and then open up Google Voice, say yes, use Google Hangouts, and then go into Hangouts, settings, the account, and you have to click a box that will enable incoming phone calls.
Yeah.
That's the only trick you got to do.
I see. That's awesome, though, that they're doing that. And thanks, Jesse, for reminding us. Next one's App Dialer from Todd. Fast App Search. He says, "Hey, guys, came across this unique app search dialer. I must admit I'm intrigued. However, I think my tendency to group apps into folders is probably a faster way to search for my apps." So I put that in the chat.
Wow.
It looks like it is called App Dialer - Fast App Search from Alexei Mazny. We didn't bring this, did we?
I don't remember this. It looks interesting. I don't know if I could ever use that though. It like takes me back to texting on an old flip phone or something.
Mm-hmm. The old, I believe it's called P9 keyboard. Yeah, so if you're one of those people who used to, with the 9 or actually 12 number keyboard, be able to do insanely fast texting, this app is right up your alley.
That's what this does?
That's what, yeah, you literally can open it up, and if you want Dropbox, you would literally have to hit 3, 7, 6.
No, it ain't going to happen.
It's for somebody.
It is for somebody.
Just not named Steve C.
That's true. That's true. I can't judge. Thank you, Todd, for bringing that. Next one is from Michael. He says, "Hello, fellers from Houston, Texas. Just wanted to along an app that I found last night." I guess he meant pass along an app that I found last night. "It's a nice little time killer. It's called Wobbles, and it's on the Play Store. Thanks for a great show. I listen to you while I'm working. You guys make getting through another day at work much better. Keep up the great work." Thank you, Michael.
Yeah.
There's no link, but I'm assuming you can just do a search for Wobbles and see what comes up in the Play Store. Have you guys tried it?
I have not yet.
Let's see. Wobbles. I'm curious to see what this looks like. Is it a dubstep app? Wobbles by Play Nimbus. That looks pretty cool. It's this dude who has something in his mouth. Oh, it's his nose. It's his nose. Okay.
Hey, you're freaking me out, dude.
Well, it looked like he had one of those, like, something in his mouth. Anyway.
Oh.
Okay, well, oh, yes, I see.
How did I miss this one? That's pretty neat. It looks like it's a platformer with a bunch of dudes with big red noses. Kind of like what was that? Kilroy, the guy looking over the edge of the wall at you, nose.
Yeah.
Who's Kilroy?
I don't even know what it is. It's just
it's Vietnam War graffiti, I would say, that soldiers used to do.
I gotcha. Wobbles. Thank you, Michael. Mucho apreciado, sir. This one's from Kyle. He says, "Hey guys, since episode 227, I've been using Simply Text, which I think was an Eric app. Anyway, I think I might have found a replacement. Evolve SMS is a free app in the Play Store with 2 in-app purchases available. Let's see. The app also has some pretty small but useful features, like swiping left takes you to the next conversation on your list. It has progress bars to show how far along an email or video is when sending. Does a bunch of other cool stuff. Check it out and let me know what you think. P.S. Steve, so you don't get yelled at by the other listeners, that was Evolve SMS by Clinter Apps. Thank you, Kyle. I would not have remembered that. Dude, if anybody sends us an email, do what Kyle just did there, please.
Yeah, Kyle gets props.
He gets mad props for that.
Yeah. Have you tried this one, Eric?
I did. I used it, and I liked it probably every bit as much as I liked Mighty Text. It's a great app.
Simply Text, you mean?
I'm sorry, Simply Text. Yeah, Simply Text is actually made by Mighty Text, I think.
Oh, gotcha.
But anyway, this one's neat because the thing where you swipe over to see your old text, like you swipe to the left, and then the next the person you were texting with before that comes up. Swipe to the left, the chat conversation before that comes up, and you can quickly go through the chat conversations you've had with people.
I can't get off Simply Text. I love it.
Right. I'll say, I'm not a fan of texting. Everyone knows this. This worked really smooth on my Moto X. I'm not gonna lie. It was really nice if I was a texter. But I will say, on my OnePlus, Hangouts is working perfectly with texting, which I never thought I would say. Hangouts was always really slow and annoying, and I didn't like it. On the OnePlus, it seems just as fast as SMS was on other SMS apps were on other devices. So I'm now just a purely Hangouts app guy.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Ah, traitor.
I don't know if I've tried
it's a good phone. I mean, I swear it has to be the phone that's doing it, because every other device I've ever used Hangouts on, it's so slow.
Dor, I want you to play that game again. Remember that game? It was called like Tap Tap Click Click or some weird name where you just have to click the 4 buttons in, and you said
left,
it was the
right,
hardest.
left, right, up. I suck at it. It was actually me. You want me to say that? I will.
No,
You tried it on your new phone?
No, but I'm sure it was me.
Oh, dude, I tried it on my Nexus 5, and it was so easy. There's nothing hard about that game.
Try it on horrible.
But you're a musician, Steve. You have conditioned yourself to have rhythm.
It's not that. Try it on your new phone. I want to do as an experiment. Just do it as an experiment.
I'm installing it right now.
I have had horrible experience with that app myself on the S3. So yeah, I'm interested too to see if Dor can improve, because then when I get my new phone, if that ever happens, I'll try it too.
Yeah, definitely.
I forgot about that. Good call, Steve. GC, man.
Thanks. All right, let's do one more email here. This one is from Todd's. He says, "Hey, Todd, not Todd's. Hey guys, checking out the Cloud Goo app for sharing capabilities, and it's called Cloud Goo (TM) and parentheses from Scope LLC." And I'll put that in the chat. It is an app that basically allows you to, what does it do? Makes using cloud storage mobile-friendly, unified, and cheap. Connect cloud drives. Cloud Goo gives you the full view of your files no matter where they're stored. Use one app instead of many of the cloud apps. We didn't bring this one up, did we? It looks familiar, but...
There's been a couple of these. I don't believe this is the one that we talked about.
I think I've got this installed, but I haven't set it up yet. I remember that icon.
Yeah, something looks familiar about it. He goes on to say he just listened to episode 254, and the concern mentioned by Steve C. was being able to create a shareable link on the fly. Here's an MP3 file attachment that I shared directly from the app. Is a link a better solution than sharing the actual file, or would it depend on what you're working on? I see advantages in both ways. So you sent me this MP3 directly from there. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Todd. I'm going to check it out. I do need to get that sharing a little quicker from OneDrive. So.
Would sharing a link work for you for what you're doing?
Yeah, I'd be happy with a link. I just want to do it in one click instead of 4.
Mm-hmm. And OneDrive isn't one click? I'm just saying. Don't expect.
No, you gotta go to Start, My Drive, and then all drives, and then find the folder it's in. You know, it's Windows XP.
Here's the thing.
Cloud storage.
Dropbox makes when you right click on a drop, or how do you do it? When you right click on a folder that's in Dropbox, it creates. You have the option to make a shareable link right from the menu, the Windows menu.
Mm-hmm.
OneDrive does not, which is a Microsoft product, does not have that in the Windows contextual menu.
Steve,
I'm like, damn, son.
They literally went from Windows 8 to Windows 8.1 to Windows 10. A company that's been around for 30 years that has issues counting, I wouldn't necessarily trust with making good applications. I'm just saying.
I do have to say, I've been using this HP Windows machine for about 3 years now. It is a workhorse, and I'm actually really happy with my Windows experience. I was thinking about it today, before we even mentioned this, that I'm able to do everything I need to do with Windows.
Great. Okay, so that just means they have you properly trained. That's all that means, because anybody can do anything they need to get done on any operating system. It's just a question of if they're properly trained.
Some things crash, some have crappy apps or not what you need. And
I'm sure if you ask the people who developed that, they'll blame you. Say it's your fault, whether it's Windows, Mac, or Linux.
I'm just saying, I haven't had many problems. And it's
except
impressive.
for, sharing.
It must be HP, because I've been really happy with my laptop too.
That makes two of you.
I would never have said that HP made a good product in the past until I got this one.
Right. I think that's around the same time mine was released. I used to, when people buy laptops, I used to recommend no brand. I'd be like, dude, they're all the same. Just doesn't matter. But now I would recommend HP.
Not Lenovo ThinkPads? I mean, really? With all the ports on them? I mean, come on.
I've never.
I did recommend Lenovo's. I did.
Really?
I wouldn't now.
No.
Didn't I send you a really crappy Lenovo?
Worst computer. I love laptop.
That was
the worst computer I've ever used.
That was the worst computer I've ever used. Also. That was a horrible thing for Lenovo to do right there.
Absolutely. Hey, John joined us. John, I accidentally invited the whole AA club, but we're in the middle of doing a show. You're welcome to hang out and stay there if you want and listen. No problemo. But it was an accident.
That's what I thought. I'll keep quiet.
All right. Yeah, but you can definitely hang there. See, guys, if you join the AA club, you get to get in on these accidents we have.
Yeah.
I'll just say,
join our square circle.
I'll just say this accident, something tells me it's going to lead into this becoming almost a regular thing.
Yeah, maybe.
If a listener has a good app they want to bring, they can, except for Cody Cooper, they could bring it.
This is true, Dor. This is true.
I love you, Cody.
All right, well, we have about 11 emails left, so we're going to take another hour, and I'm going to read them right now. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to save them for next week. But you can send us more if you want at aaa@podnuts.com, or you could give us a voicemail at 7076-PODNUT. I got my phone hooked up all sweet into the mixer now, so it's going to be high audio quality, and I have a good app to play them, so no more voice mess ups. All right. I think that's going to be it, guys. That's going to be it for Android App Addicts for today. Anything we want to say before we end off, Dor?
Thanks, everyone, for using podnuts.com/Amazon. Don't forget Samsung Smartwatch 2 guy. You're supposed to email us. And don't forget LG G Watch. All you got to do, podnuts.com/AAA Club, and you are entered.
That's right. Eric?
I would have to, as crazy as this may sound for me saying, agree with Cody Cooper. And if you're going to buy anything on Amazon, use our podnuts.com/Amazon link. And I just talking to somebody today who's like, oh, man, I can't wait. I'm going to hook up with Amazon Prime, and I totally forgot to tell him. So I'm going to go back there tomorrow and tell him, hey, don't use Amazon Prime yet. Let me check out your browser and save a favorite for you real quick.
Save a favorite. Click this one every time.
Add something to your bookmark bar.
You don't even have to do that. That's one of the trick gimmicks, okay? Shooting straight with everyone. You go to that website once. It sets a 30-day cookie that's there for 30 days. So the next 30 days, if they ever go to Amazon, it's there. The only way to get rid of it is to literally clear your cookies out, which only incompetent antivirus does. So
Are you sure it's 30 days? I haven't checked in a long time.
I think thought I read about 2 months ago that it was 30 days.
Cool. Hey, John, you want to say anything to folks before we end off?
You guys are the best.
Awesome.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to be it for Android App Addicts for today. See you next time.
Man, dude, I really want to eat a 30-day cookie. I think that, it sounds so good. Chocolate chip 30-day cookie.
My guess is it's not that good.
You got to pull it in on a wagon. You got to go sideways through the door.
Oh, that, yeah.
At a diagonal, because it fit barely. Yeah, 30-day cookies.
John, where are you calling us from?
I live in Washington State.
Washington?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, Dor knows who I am. I mean, we did chat back and forth either through Google Hangouts or through Voxer.
Yeah. Well,
What's
here's
your
the
last
thing.
name? I just see John. Oh, John Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But see,
Sounds
here's the
familiar.
thing.
Sounds familiar.
Well, yeah, but the guest we had last week, his name was something like John Watkinson.
That's right.
And I literally,
Right. Yeah.
and I literally was like, wait a minute, have I been talking to him the whole time? Because it was that close, and I wasn't sure.
John Watkinson didn't have a quilted Afghan on his chair.
I don't remember anything about him. I don't remember anything about him. Was his mic not? Was his webcam not working?
Yeah, that's right. He had an avatar the whole time.
Yeah, it was that smile because he was the Android Fi guy. Yeah.
He was the Gurk guy, right?
Yeah, he was the guy who made the Androidify thing to make the avatars, and his avatar was the same color pattern as that. It looked better, but it was the same color pattern.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, want to do the next one?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's take that as a show.
Well, he was kind of puffing. All right, 265. Here we go.
It helps my throat. What number did you say?
265.
Okay, I thought you said 255. Sorry.
That's the size of the engine that was in my first car.
A 265.
A 265 V8. Yep, in my Pontiac Grand Prix.
A V8? I didn't know they made them that small.
Yeah, it was very small V8.
220, 221, whatever it takes.
I guess that's not that small, is it, Eric?
It is. Yeah, it
is.
I got like a 400 and some in it now.
They'll say it ain't a 355 big block.
No, it used to be a 400 big block, and I poured it out.
Poured it out.
40 over door.
Put their straight pipes on there, the glass packs on it.
Glass packs, red glass pack.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Kick that thing, man.
4-barrel double pumper.
Do you take it mudding? Just take it mudding.
Oh, man. You must have grown up right down the street from me somehow. I've had my truck stuck down by the river overnight before.
Now, I remember Wilbur Bear, longtime Podnuts guy, showed me a video of his wife
winning a mud bogging contest.
Winning a mud bogging contest. And I was like, you must be really proud of her, because I don't think there's very many women out there that can go out and win mudding competitions.
One of my best friends, his wife, kicks butt at demolition derbies.
Really?
Him and her and her son, all three running them.
Women can't drive already, so it's natural.
I swear,
No.
women drivers are the fastest on the road, and most skilled with one hand on their cell phone. All right, let's do this. Welcome to Android App Addicts, episode number 265. This is the show where we talk about Android applications. Got a bunch of guys on the show bringing a bunch of apps. This is Empty the Tank Friday. It's basically the show where anything we didn't talk about during the week that we have still left that we wanted to talk about, we bring it on this show. It usually ends up in a torrent of apps coming your way. Let me introduce the co-host and we'll get into it. Starting with the Door-to-Door Geek, Steve McLaughlin from podnuts.com. What's up, Door?
Hey, Mr. Cherubino, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Not
That's
too bad.
Always good. I'm not gonna lie, guys. We're getting ready to give away this LG G Watch, and I'm honestly getting genuinely excited because I like the idea of every time we get another download, every time we get another email, every time we get another voicemail, I'm really happy. I want to make the listeners happy with stuff.
I do too, man. I do too. I wish our last contest winner, we could make him happy. He doesn't want to claim his prize. We'll see what happens with that. Also joining us, Eric Ardini from DiniMedia.com. What's up, Eric?
I like giving away stuff too, as long as I get to try it out for a little while before I give it away. It's great.
It's definitely a benefit.
Yeah.
Any new news on the wearing of the G-Watch? You get noticed anymore? Like, pick up any more chicks with it, or?
No, I haven't picked up any more chicks with it. Let's see. What if I think I told you guys I was more aware of my fitness because of it. I think the pedometer may be a little off. I don't really feel that I'm walking nearly as much as it says I am. But me being as buff as I am, maybe it's just like second nature to me, just ain't a thing.
No. I take it like, do you really remember every 100 feet on your drive home? Probably not. So I'm guessing you don't really remember all the steps you've taken in a day.
Right. Yeah, but I think it just seems like to get to a 10,000, I should really go way out of my way to do that.
Maybe take really small steps.
I do shuffle my feet down the hall a lot.
There you go.
And I take it you weren't tap dancing, like we mentioned earlier.
No, not this week.
All right. Well, I think there's nothing else to do, boys, except start this show. Let's start with Eric.
All right, I've got one called App Torrent.
Hey, nice.
No, I'm just kidding. This is called Speed's Watch Face. This goes with the device we were just talking about. I've played with a few different watch faces for this device, and I think my favorite one is this one. You guys still there? Oh, okay. I thought you guys were froze up or something. Because I really like the look of it. It looks like when you just glance at it, it makes it look like it says Speedo, I think. But it's I don't know. It just looks really good on this watch.
Can you show us? Do you have it on there now?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I put it in the chat?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the. I
put it twice now. Actually, I just reset. I re-ROM'd my phone, and to re-ROM and reroute your phone, you have to reset the watch to sync with this phone again. So I have not reinstalled Speeds yet. So no, I don't have it. It's the one I showed last week though. When I held it up.
That was very cool.
That's the one I was using, and I probably will be reinstalling it.
Well, I'll say I like the fact that it looks like a classic watch. It looks clean.
Very clean.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. And that's from Zuhanden, Speed's Watch Face.
Yep.
What else you got?
I've got another thing. Now that I've re-ROM'd my phone, I really started playing with a bunch of different home screens again. I got, sometimes we do get in those kicks, don't we, Dor?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know what? I've got to say, I really like the Google Now launcher, but there was just some things about it I didn't like. I really like to be able to resize my icons and change the number of rows and columns on my app drawer and my home screens. That's almost a must for me. So I found this exposed module called Exposed Gel Settings Root, and it works perfectly. It satisfied everything I needed to do to make the Now home screen, the Now, what do I call it? Launcher? The Now launcher, to make the Now launcher do everything I wanted to do, and still have Google Now as one swipe to the left, or one swipe to the right. And plus, with the Google Now launcher, then your microphone's always waiting for you to say, "Okay, Google." It's something I like too.
It's always, yeah, okay, I hear you. That looks cool, and it has some other cool features too. It looks like change buttons and stuff.
Got a ton of features. And anybody who's got an S3, it works perfect on the S3. I was a little concerned that it may not because of TouchWiz and all that stuff.
I mean, it even does stuff like gesture unlock. So if, hypothetically, your power button is going ballistic, you could rip your power button off and just swipe your screen to turn your screen on.
That's something, my power button kind of settled down somehow. It hasn't been acting as crazy lately, but I do have a case on it to kind of keep accidental bumps of the power button, so maybe I'm just more careful now or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll try taking the case off and see if it's still okay.
I wouldn't mess with it, man, if it's working.
Yeah, exactly.
Just use it until you get your new one.
Yeah, that's true.
And what are you going to get? What new phone?
I'm gonna go in the store. It's either gonna be the Moto X, the new Moto X, or the Note 4. I really don't think that there's anything else that's gonna be there that I'm gonna want other than those two.
Gotcha.
But I'll look around. But being in U.S. Cellular, I'm a little limited to the choices there.
Sucks. All right, what else you got there?
My next one was suggested from, I believe, somebody in the Google or in the Android App Addicts Club, Lauren. This is called Rat Poison. Rat Poison is a podcast player. And did I put the link in there for you guys?
Yep.
Okay.
The graphics are funny.
The whole thing is, the whole UI is hand drawn for everything in the podcast player. It's just kind of weird. And when you're loading something, it has the animation that says that you're loading, not a swirling circle, not I don't know, not butterflies or anything flapping its wings. It's a chicken that's running with poop coming out every random. And then like the Twitter icon poops every now and then too. It just out of nowhere, red poop comes out of the Twitter icon for some reason. It's weird. And another thing that I really couldn't get used to, but I have been using it. This is the only, since I rerun my phone, this is the only podcast player I have installed currently. As a podcast player, it works okay. It's very limited in its features. Door, you would not be able to use it because you can't speed it up.
Right.
But to pause and to hit play is just always a pause button. You can't really tell that it's paused or play. It never changes. So that's could be a slight update could fix that, I think.
Well, he just has to draw the play button.
Yeah, he hasn't drawn the play button.
So essentially, it's not really good. It's just quirky, kind of fun, like.
Right.
Okay.
No.
Right.
I'll say this. You got to shoot for your niche. I've been saying this about Linux and everything for years. You got to shoot for the niche. This guy is shooting for a completely graphical, different experience, and I appreciate that. If he had speed up, which I will say, the developer was contacted, and he did say he knows that's a very desirable feature. He's working on it, kind of thing. When this thing gets speed up, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna try it. The pooping Twitter bird might freak me out a little bit, but I'm gonna try it.
It does.
It's a good call. I could respect that. Speaking of a pooping Twitter bird, I got to take you guys on a tangent because this is harsh. I got my car finally. My car was leaking antifreeze. I had to keep putting antifreeze in it for a couple months now, like every couple days and weeks. And it was actually under warranty. But the first Chevy dealership I took it to, they just gave me the runaround so hard. Like told me I didn't make appointments when I did. Told me I had to come in fast because the guy who was supposed to handle me was on vacation and I'm running out of time. All this stuff that was like ridiculous. So I took it to another dealership, got everything done, all the warranty work, a couple recalls. They fixed the leak. I'm driving home. I'm so happy. I'm like, car, I'm going to take you to the car wash. And I'm like, just to treat it, and like got it all washed up and it's beautiful. I'm like, my car is clean. It's running fine now. I'm like so happy. The next day, I'm driving down the street, and this bird, like it was standing on the grass by the sidewalk, lifts off and starts to fly, eyes up my car, and just at the perfect angle comes around, and from probably about 50 feet in the air, he just times it perfectly, and it felt like somebody dumped a bucket of white paint all over my windshield. This bird impressed me. It was horrible, but I had to like admire like what he had just done. He just ruined everything about like car. Like it was just so much liquid. I couldn't believe it came out of that bird. White all over my car, the hood, the side, and everything, and the windshield wipers couldn't even get it off. Thank God it rained. Otherwise, I don't know what I would have done. But it was terrible. I mean, that was just my car did not deserve that. Let's put it that way. Anyway, that's what that reminded me of. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like a pigeon or was it a
I
bigger?
don't know what it was. I caught it out of the corner of my eye, and all of a sudden, this huge white splat just covers my car. But I saw him just like take off, and he must have really wanted to do that because I was the only car on the road.
I don't know. I'll just say I've never, quote unquote, seen it coming, nor do I want to. So, I guess good eye, Steve.
I just saw a bird out of the corner of my eye take off, and then that happened. I mean, I wasn't like watching for it, but man, that was just terrible.
Yeah, this time of year, all the geese and ducks are making their V's and getting ready to fly south, and they're doing like circular patterns in the air over getting ready for the big fly, and they're so cool to look at, but you just don't want to look up and open your mouth or anything to check them out real too close. You just know that's could be a thing, and they eat fish, and that could never be good either. All right, my next app is 100% not family friendly. Not PG, not PC, not politically correct, but it was suggested by my son, so I had to bring it. This is called MLG Simulator. MLG is Major League Gaming. And basically what this is a first-person shooter where you don't actually move except for in a circle, and you just have random people and different characters coming at you, and all you do is you shoot them. And when you shoot them, there's random voices and things that people have recorded from video game videos, like on YouTube where people play video games and you hear the whiny little kids getting all mad about getting shot on Call of Duty and stuff like that. It's just tons of samples of those types of kids yelling and saying stuff. And
there's Skrillex in the screenshot.
Is there?
Yeah.
There's tons of just stuff. It's just so random. This is what the kids are into right now. They think this is hilarious. When you get hit, just tons of different like logos, and copyrighted material just flies out of the people instead of blood.
That looks crazy.
It is. It's.
Good.
It is, and the logo for the app is equally just insane busy.
Dude, I love that he used Comic Sans and that the word Comic Sans comes flying out of you once you get hit. For the font. Oh, man. I mean, I'm just happy he purposely used Comic Sans as a joke.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, in the first screenshot, Comic Sans is just flying out of the guy. Very cool.
It's neat. I mean, it's not extremely well done, but it's definitely different.
It's interesting. Very good. What else?
All right. One of the launchers I tried this week was called Apus. APUS.
It sounds obscene.
Not a big fan of it. It tries to do something that I don't know.
It tries to be small and fast.
It tries to group your apps together in folders for you, but then give you no access to an app drawer. So then you have to figure out which folder it put it in for you.
Oh, that's not cool.
So, yeah, so that didn't last long.
Yeah, but Eric, this is the next generation launcher.
It might be. That's the thing. I am old. I'm of the older generation, not the next one. So that's probably my resistance to change coming through.
Not the next one.
So, yeah, my kids will probably tell me about that one in a couple weeks. Like, I already brought that to the show. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, I'll just say I love the idea of smart folders, but it's really dumb because everyone's it's very hard to classify a lot of applications because they could fall into multiple categories. So to classify an app is to actually limit an app, and it might not go to where you want it to go, and it actually becomes, in my experience, almost as much maintenance, fixing their categorizations to match what you want it to be.
Yeah.
It's like having somebody put away your stuff. You don't know where it goes. It's kind of
It's
weird.
exactly. It's exactly what I felt like. Yep.
So this
And
is
that,
the launcher for conformists, you're saying?
boy, yeah.
For people who want to be told what to do and not.
There you go. Yeah, people who want to be told what to do.
Okay, I gotcha. Yes.
That's my tank.
Nice tank. I like it, man.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, Dora, what do you got in your tank?
I'm going to leave a lot of stuff on the floor. It does seem like I'm going to say my humble opinion that Android Marketplace is once again getting extremely overwhelmed with games. So it literally takes me a little bit more work to find apps instead of games. But this one came flying at me at an insane rate of speed, I'm going to say. Okay. Long story short, everyone thinks Chromebooks aren't really full computers and this and that and this and that. I got a Chromebook. It's a really good device. A lot of people said, why is there two OSs? Why is there Chrome? Why is there Android? Why isn't there just one? Yada, yada, yada. Okay, well, this is the beginning of being able to run Android applications in Chrome. Okay? And the only dangerous part right now about this process is most of the time they expect you to go find the download link for your app and download the APK by itself kind of thing.
But sorry. When you say running in Chrome, you mean running on a Chromebook or running in the Chrome browser?
Both.
Okay.
Chrome browser, any operating system, Windows, Mac, and Linux. Okay, you do have to download something special on those operating systems. It's like called the Android Chrome runtime or something like that. If you need to know, you can't find it, email me, I'll shoot you a link. On the Chromebook, I think it's a much easier process. You literally just have to download a plugin, add-on, extension, whatever. But then on your Android device, from everything I'm pretty sure you do not need root for this. I'm sure it's not going to work on certain paid applications with certain types of DRM on it. But the normal apps, you simply install this app and it can extract the APK from your Android device so you can then put it onto your Chromebook and use it. I've heard some people have very good success even with applications like, drumroll, Boxer. This might actually make Chromebook more usable in my personal experience because of applications like that to be on it. And I'll say Adobe. Photoshop is going to be available on Chromebooks. It's not on your Chromebook. It's going to be streaming from remote servers, but it's still Photoshop on a Chromebook.
Wow.
That alone is going to equate sales.
Yep.
What do you think about the future of these Chromebooks? Do you think Chrome is going to give Windows a run for its money?
I think there's enough market out there. They're two completely separate audiences. For instance, right now, like I was saying to you months ago, Steve, about Google Drive trying to own the business, trying to Amazon everyone else, I'll say. Google just made Google Drive unlimited free for education systems, and I believe North America. Chromebooks are in 50% of educational institutions. I think they're going to shoot for that niche mainly, and then as secondary computers for everyone else. I don't think they're primary computers for most people.
I don't know about that.
I know the middle school here in town. They have a lot of Chromebooks now. They used to have netbooks. They got rid of all the netbooks. And honestly, the build quality of the Chromebooks has been better than the old netbooks they were using. The kids would beat the crap out of those netbooks and they couldn't take it. The Chromebooks build quality has been better, and when I mentioned that unlimited Google Drive space to my kids, and they were kind of excited about that because every kid in the class gets a Google account, and they can collaborate because they use Google Docs to collaborate and they work on projects together without having to go to somebody's house later to work on it together. They can work on it together from their own houses.
Right, and I will say, well, the only limitation I heard of, and I don't know if this is a total Google Drive thing or just Google Drive for Education thing, the only limitation I heard was you cannot upload files bigger than, I want to say it was 5 gigs. My logic is that really should only affect like 0.1% of the people using this in education. So that's a good limitation to have because I don't think it's going to affect a lot of people. So
Gotcha.
Chromebooks, cheap, good. The main reason I say second computer, Steve, is a lot of people need a Windows computer there to connect physically to old printers. There are printers you can have in your house that can work from Google Cloud Print without having a Windows computer right there, but not a lot. Not all of them.
That's your main reason for saying that.
That's the reason why I see a lot of quote-unquote normal people only having it as a secondary computer.
Gotcha.
The next one is a stupid one, and I really literally mean, guys, this is a stupid one. You remember I said when I got my OnePlus?
Wait a minute. Did you say the name of that app?
Oh, it was really weird. It's called Archon, 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 Archon Packager.
From B-Pair Software.
Thank you very much, sir.
No problem.
On my OnePlus, I literally don't know where to go to find my number because I don't like people calling me.
Your
But I
phone
had to give
number?
it, but I had to give it to my wife, and I didn't want to say stupidly, I'll text you, then you tell me what the phone number is, because that would be admitting that I don't know what my phone number is. So I literally found this application from what has to be Eclair or Donut. It's so old. The screenshots on this thing,
Yeah.
it's like taken from a 3-inch screen. Okay, that's how old this app is, and the icon for it is even worse. Okay, that's all I gotta say. But it works. It's called "What's My Number?" ? By Sean Hodges, and all it is, it's a widget that displays my phone number. I'm not gonna lie, it's on my device right now.
Wow, it was January 9th. That's the very beginning of 2011 was the last time you updated it.
Wow.
Yep.
Well done, Sean, for being a pioneer.
Exactly, and it still works on my Cyanogen-based OnePlus piece of hardware. So good job, Sean.
That's nice.
That was What's My Number. This one, Steve, I literally put high in my list for tonight only because there's a small chance it might impress you. I doubt it, though, but I'm going to bring it anyway. It's called Ultralingual Dictionaries.
Ultralingua?
Ultralingua Dictionaries. Basically, it's an app that combines the resources from more than 35 different dictionaries.
Wow, that is impressive.
I like it because it gives you, like, I don't want to say every possible variation of a definition, because I'm not great with the English language, hence I make up a lot of words. So it's nice to have. I will admit most of the time I just use Google Voice because I also can't spell these words. I use Google Voice dictation, and I literally say, okay, Google, define conjunctivitis or whatever, something I can't spell. And then I use what that says. But this is a good secondary app, I'll say.
It's good because a lot of dictionaries, sometimes their definitions suck and another one is better, so it's good to have them all in there like that.
Right.
Urban Dictionary's got good definitions.
I wouldn't know.
Well, I do know because whilst I was looking in there, I found a good definition.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. This is called Ultralingual Dictionaries. Ultralingua. Okay, next, everyone on the face of the planet except for Steve, who watches television, because I know Steve isn't a big fan of television, has seen the ads for, I believe it's called Clash of Clans. I will never install an application on my device that I see a commercial for. Now, if I already have it installed, and then weeks later I see a PayPal commercial, hey, I already have it on my phone. Hey, I'm before the trend. But I'm not going to install something after seeing it on television. It's just, I don't know. It's a weird thing. This is the anti-Clash of Clans game, but better. It's called Star Wars Commander. They basically Disney ripped off everything about Clash of Clans and replaced all the images with Star Wars images.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah, and it does, of course, have in-app purchases. The artwork freaked me out a little bit. It's not quite retro enough for my normal taste, so, you know.
It's pretty good, though. Looking good.
Well, I gave it, of course, to my son, who liked it, but quickly figured out he didn't really understand the game, so he kind of didn't like it.
Gotcha.
But, you know, nothing's perfect. And that was called Star Wars Commander. Sorry. Other browser. Boom. Okay, this is another game I had to bring only because it's a little bit unique, a little bit different. It's by Intel. Intel Corporation, okay? I like Intel. You know, I don't like a lot of big companies. I really do honestly think I like Intel. This is called Dev Story Hack the Code. The only way I can describe this game, very artistically focused. Okay, they definitely go for their own kind of art, their own kind of look, their own kind of movement. The gimmick with this is all built in something that I can't remember right now what it's called, something like XDev. Basically, it's built in HTML5, the entire application. So that's the first thing that really got my attention. And when I played this game, it was definitely very smooth. Had no idea it was HTML5, put it that way. It acted, reacted, and played like quote-unquote native code as far as I'm concerned. All it is really a bunch of mini games where you're doing little tasks, little things, building up to you hacking code together to make a game. Of course, it's not a real game.
Does it teach you anything about coding?
Absolutely not. It's just random little mini games that emulate the idea. Like you have a 3-button mouse and you have stuff coming at you like Guitar Hero, and you got to time your taps to hit when they hit your mouse button. You know.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no code.
There's no fundamentals being built or anything like something that could translate loosely to coding down the road for somebody, really.
Not that I saw. I only got maybe 20% of the way through the game, and I didn't see anything close to that.
It's like a demo for this Intel XDK, right?
XDK, thank you.
So people can, well, it says develop, emulate, test on device, and build your HTML app like never before. Yeah. So they're basically showing off what you could do.
Yes, and I'm not going to lie. I'm going to take a look at that XDK, now that you reminded me what it's called, because this to me is very interesting. I love the idea of making an application in a more readable, writable code like HTML, JavaScript, and CSS versus Java. So it might be fun to play with.
Cool.
So I guess I'm throwing out for Jeff Hallish. By the way, Jeff Hallish, thank you, sir. My hard drive died, published episode 21 the other day. Scott, unbelievably smart. And dare I say, I did an episode with him. I was uncannily intimidated by the man's acumen. I think him and Jeff got along really good. Jeff kept up with him. I cannot encourage people enough. Podnuts.com. My hard drive died. Link on the left. Great show. Worth going back and listening to every episode if you haven't ever heard of it. Great show.
He did an episode with him?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I concur. This app, I'm going to say, is for him because, you know, I like Jeff, even though he picks on me. This is called Microsoft Remote Desktop by Microsoft Corporation. Okay, there's a genuine Microsoft app on Android that does remote desktop. The only hook or crook is you can only remote into Windows Professional or Windows Server.
Suck it.
Oh, that would explain it.
That's to be expected. Okay, I knew that before I even looked at the description. There was no doubt in my mind they were not going to let you, for free, from Android, remote into your home desktop computer.
Why not? They should.
I have this app installed, and the reason it's installed and I didn't bring it is I figured it didn't work. How did it work for you, Dor? How were you able to log in easily to your Windows 8.1 computer?
I was able to log into all of my Windows professional computers. Oh, wait, that's right. I don't have any. How the hell should I? Eric, how dare you ask me how this app works? What's wrong with you?
I had to do it, man. You know. I just wonder, can you empty your recycle bin from your Android with this?
I'm sure you can.
Nice.
And I'm sure you can probably do something that can cause you to have to go back and do a restore point, too. I'm just saying. So, Jeff, use it, abuse it, have fun with it, unless, of course, you're like everyone else and they don't have Windows Professional. Last app, gotta throw it out there. Caleb Fultz gave it 5 stars. And you know how I feel about Caleb Fultz. He gave Goat Simulator 5 stars. So I have to bring this app out of sheer and utter respect for Caleb Fultz.
Yes, I saw him on here too. You remember a couple weeks ago I said I was doing a genre, and I was going to bring it. Well, I was doing the entire Goat Simulator drama or genre of games and trying to compare them to see if any of them were good.
Well, there's a bunch of them because they're on every operating system and every platform. On I don't remember if it was Kickstarter or something. It literally pulled in unbelievable amounts of money. Somewhere, I don't know, maybe in Idaho, maybe in Virginia, maybe in West Virginia, but somewhere people love goats. I don't know. I'm in Maryland. I don't know.
They're my favorite at the petting zoo, but none of the apps were really any good. I have not tried this one because I was hoping I could get it on sale a little bit because I didn't want to go $5 on a goat simulator. Basically, goats just go nuts and just tear stuff up.
Really?
And tear ridiculous stuff up on the ones that I was playing, where you could. In the first screenshot, it shows like a silo. These goat simulators I had installed, you could knock the silo over with your horns.
Nice.
But I don't think this. I think this one might be more realistic because I see him running into a ladder and not really have much effect on it.
I'll say this. The goal of these are not to be really realistic. The goal is to allow you to destroy everything.
Yeah.
Because goats will eat or destroy anything. They're goats.
Goats aren't known for being like destroyers of things, are they?
Well.
I mean, they talked about if there's like a tin can laying in the yard, a goat will go up and eat it. They'll just eat the tin can.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They'll eat nearly anything.
People in the country around here will use those as lawnmowers. They'll just eat the yard.
No, seriously. One of the first domesticated, now I know the term domesticated might be a little bit not accurate, but whatever. One of the first domesticated animals in the history of the world was a goat, just because you could give them all of your trash, all of your compost, all of your whatever, and it would eat it. This
goes back to our conversation earlier. Somebody was the first. There is goat milk.
That's true. Yeah, that's
please.
Tough. That's extreme thirst right there. Well, can't argue with Caleb. The man's got to be right about this.
Well, hey,
there's a reason. $5 and find out.
If my career had the success his career has had in the last 3 years, I would trust me. But I haven't had that kind of success that Caleb has had. He's had it, so I trust him.
I like some of the key features in this game. In-game physics that spaz out all of the time. Seriously, look at the goat's neck. Another key feature listed by the dev here: millions of bugs. We're only eliminating the crash bugs. Everything else is hilarious, and we're keeping it.
I love that.
Oh my goodness!
I really want to play this, but I'm not spending $5 for it.
I'll give it to you, Steve.
You want to go in halves, Steve? Oh, okay. No, Dora's gonna give it to you. That's fine.
Yeah, we're brothers.
I don't want anyone to pay for this. I mean, okay.
Pod nuts, it's a business expense. You'll come back next week and talk about it, Steve. Come on.
Actually, Jose sent me some Google Play money. Maybe I'll use that.
Oh, Jose's the man.
Jose rocks. Jose Cazada, you rock, sir. Just out of the blue, he gifted us some stuff.
Thank you, Jose.
No, dude.
What did Ellis call him that one time?
Jose Cuervo.
Jose Cuervo. That's fantastic.
That was like One of the funniest moments in AA history.
Ever on my podcasting life.
All right. You got any more, Dor?
Yes, but we've done enough. We didn't have a developer on this week, so if I do, yes, I did just say do. If I do extra content, it's going to be throwing some of those apps out.
All right. Sounds great. Well, great show, guys. Gave a lot of apps. I think the listeners, I think we made them happy, but only they can let us know. If you want to contact the show, contact us at aaa@podnuts.com or leave us a voicemail at 7076-PODNUT. Dor, what do you want to say to the folks before we end off?
Thanks, everyone, for their support, and we will be talking to you again soon.
Very cool. Eric?
I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be here, and I'll be here for the next couple of weeks at least.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm glad to hear that you're feeling above average.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And hey, guys, if you want to feel above average as well, join the AAA club. I mean, look what happened to John. John, how are you doing today?
That was an amazing experience. I just sat here and I just watched you guys give out the emptying of the tank. I mean, you guys
get much
emptied the
better than
tank.
that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
See, you guys could be like John if you join the AA club. We could accidentally send an invite to everybody to come on the live show with us. And all you got to do that and win the LGG watch is call or go to podnuts.com/AAA club, fill out your name and email address, and you're in, and you're entered. My name is Steve Cherubino. Check out my other podcast at theproducer.club. If you like electronic music, I interview the biggest producers I could find that will actually talk to me, which are some pretty big names. And we're having a ton of fun on that show. So much great information being given out, and I'm having a lot of fun. So if you're into electronic music, you guys would like that. Theproducer.club. Again, every time you buy something at Amazon, don't go to Amazon. Do not go to Amazon.com. Go to podnuts.com/Amazon, and you'll be helping the network. You won't even know it. Kind of know it because I just told you. Anyway, that's going to be it for Android App Addicts for today. See you next time.
I hate it when my browser crashes mid-show.
Didn't even notice.
Well, no. Well, that's why I do now. This browser that we're in is Chrome. Everything else I'm doing in Firefox.
No IE?
Which one crashes? Firefox?
When I initially go through my links and I open up combined 50 total tabs of all the stuff I had open and then all the apps for the week and the Android App Addicts spreadsheet and the Google Plus community, yes, that's the browser that goes boom. But it's always like, as soon as I start opening up all the tabs and I notice it starts to go a little slow. And I have 16 gigs of RAM in this box.
Why don't you use Chrome for that?
Wow.
Because when I did, that was crashing. And that's when I was crashing live on the show.
Oh, okay.
So I've decided to split the task up. Different browsers, different things. So, And I'd rather use Chrome for the Hangouts. Chrome has to work better with Hangouts than Firefox. It's like trying to put a Chevy engine in a Ford car. Why would you do such a thing?
Right.
Use Chrome.
Well, I guess if you want the Ford to run good.
The documentation. This is when I used to do this after the show, catching up on all my documentation I did for all my Empty the Tank apps. That's when you guys would say, "Dor, you're muted. Dor, you're muted. Dor, you're muted," because my browser would literally start choking from all the copying and pasting in the spreadsheet. And this dictionary app actually did kind of blow me away. I'm not impressed by dictionaries.
I'm not either.
By what?
I'm not impressed by dictionaries, but this one actually liked how it worked. It was very easy to use. It was a lot quicker than I thought. When I heard 35 plus dictionaries, I thought, well, that just means 35 times slower. No, it was actually pretty quick.
I don't always use a dictionary to express myself, but when I do, I use 35 of them at once.
Man, they're going game crazy though, man. And I ain't gonna lie, I came really close to buying. Originally 100. I never even heard of the thing. Originally $150, I want to say, on sale because it sounded like I'm guessing they were end of lifing it. NVIDIA Android game console.
Yeah.
I was very tempted to buy that and give that away, but I'm thinking they're literally end of lifing it now.
It's a handheld console, right?
No. That's the
Shield?
Shield.
Oh.
That's a $350 crazy one. This one is
Yeah.
like a little box, and you get like a PS2 looking controller with it.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I've seen that.
How much is it?
It was only like $70. I was thinking, by the time we give it away, it's literally going to be ended of life, and
What? I wonder what Android version it's running even.
I want to say it was Jelly Bean, which I was shocked. It like I want to say it had 1 gig of RAM. Nothing jumped out as being, whoa, this is really good. That story hacked the code. That just really impressed me. But it's Intel; they better do something impressive.
You know what I listened to a couple of days ago?
Me? I listened to me.
A really early episode of Floss Weekly with the guy who invented Ardor.
Yeah.
You know the guy that created Ardor was also the guy that created Jack.
Explains a lot.
Anyway,
Explains a lot, Steve.
What?
Explains a lot. Explains why I don't like Jack and why I don't like Ardor.
But the thing I noticed was Leo was so different back then. He was real energetic and humble and happy.
Honestly, I think he's changed partly because he literally became much more of a desirable target for people to either reach onto or try to use him as a catapult. A lot more conservative. But yeah, and also back then, the actual host of the show actually ran Lennox Christabona.
Yeah.
One of the unbelievably smartest guys I think I've ever heard in podcasting. I was so mad when he left that show. And then the guy who's on it now runs a Mac.
Well, I was just thinking the people he surrounded himself with back then compared to the people he surrounds himself with now. I mean, he used to have Kevin Rose on all the time.
You know why?
You're gonna have fun if you got Kevin Rose on your show every day.
He used to surround himself with literally hackers, cracker mentality people, enthusiasts. Now it's journalists.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, Leo, Uncle Leo. But
I think he's getting too old.
well, there's no doubt he's getting disinterested.
Yeah.
I thought he was getting bored with the whole thing like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I had a guy try to tell me, all the tax records are out there. All you got to do is go look. Supposedly, a majority, he said, of his income, not from Twit, majority of his income from doing voiceovers.
Oh, voiceovers.
Voiceovers at commercials.
Get out of here.
Just for that radio station he works for?
For radio stations.
I've never heard him other than...
I don't listen to radio, so I wouldn't.
I listen to a lot of radio.
Video killed the radio star. That was 30 years ago.
I remember
Buggles.
listening to the Tech Guy. I used to love that show.
Tech Guy was fantastic. Are you kidding? Call for Help. When he was on Call for Help, dude, he gave great help.
Yeah.
Those were the glory days.
Yeah.
Or Tech TV. Did you guys ever watch that?
Oh, yeah.
I literally cut school to watch Tech TV.
Yeah.
Wow.
Of course, it was college, but it's still school.
I miss Tech TV. I started catching them out in
I
Call
do
for Help.
too.
Well, and that's why I felt so good when I found Twit the first time. I thought this is kind of like a continuation. We have the Dark Tipper. He's on here too.
Yeah, I remember listening to the episode when they decided they were going to name it Twit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause I can't remember. I can never remember what it was called before that.
Wasn't it called This Week in Tech?
No.
No, they didn't do it.
Episode 1 through 3 was something else.
Yeah, was it that? I thought it was like more like 6 episodes before they came out with This Week in
It
Tech.
couldn't have been long. I know that.
No, that was the Dell Axum downloading with Sync and Go.
Yeah.
Back then, oh man,
That was when I had my LG chocolate. Piece of crap phone.
mine was running Windows 6 mobile or something like that.
Yeah, I
was using
remember.
Windows 6 too on a. Oh God, I can't remember what the thing was called. Like an Audio Vox phone? Is that something there?
Yeah, that does sound right. And I know I had it at that time. I want to say a 2 gig micro SD card, which was literally like $50, and I would have to copy the songs or the files over. But then I found out I couldn't have files longer than an hour, so I had to figure out a Linux command to automatically parse every file more than an hour into 59-minute and 59-second files, or else the LG chocolate, once it got past 59 minutes, 59 seconds, it would literally just skip to the next track.
Yeah.
Oh, the pain we went through to listen to podcasts. See, those kids today have no idea how good they got it.
Yeah. I remember listening to the Daily Source Code with Adam Curry.
Yeah, I listened to one episode, and that show pissed me off. How can you have a show called the Daily Source Code, and it's not about source code?
Right.
I
It
thought
was so well produced.
I found a podcast about Floss, about Libre software, about GPL. I listened to it. What the hell is this?
I remember the thing I remember about Tech TV is just drooling over Morgan Webb before she was hot.
That was the longest running show of that network by far.
What was it? What was the show?
X-Play. X-Play?
Yeah. X-Play with
Adam
Sessler.
Savage? Adam
Sessler.
Adam
Yeah, he was
Sessler.
good. I remember
Yeah.
he was good.
Oh, he was. He was the kind of guy you would watch just because it was him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because to me, guys like him and Patrick Norton just, I didn't care what they talked about. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morgan Webb had, what was it called? Web Alert.
Yeah.
Yeah. She tried. I got to give her credit. She tried. But yeah. Once, they totally screwed up the screensavers, which became Attack of the Show. But once they changed the screensavers, I literally felt like I'm coaching Rocky, and all of a sudden I walk in and he's dead to me. Just throw the towel and just walk away. I'm done. I'm done with you, Rocky.
It was just back. They did the same thing. MTV was like music television, and they played music, and then they stopped. And then Tech TV was technology, and then they started turning into cartoons. I did like the Thunderbirds, the claymation Thunderbirds, but they
Oh,
could have
my
stopped at that. That would have been that was plenty.
Well, see,
But
I
I
like
could've
the
used
Bruce
tech
Lee
instead of that.
movies.
Huh?
I was a fan of the Bruce Lee movies because like once a week they would play a Bruce Lee movie. That was about it. Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee.
Sure.
She had short blonde hair on Tech TV.
Yeah.
Who?
Morgan Webb.
Yep.
She
had everything.
She had all kinds of hair. Yeah.
She had all kinds of hair, yeah. Yeah, because that was how I do remember it got to a point where I could tell how old of a repeat it was by looking at her hair. Because in that show, even a 3-month-old show is useless to replay. It's 3 months ago. The games have changed. Yeah, that was that was the worst thing about that show. Everything was so time sensitive. And that's why that show really had no chance. Can't be as nimble as a website and some hipster with a douchebag beard. Yeah, so Jonathan Nadeau is coming down here Thursday. I want to say the 20th. That is the 28th at like I want to say 4 p.m. and then we're heading to OLF. I got to get a hard time from him because I told him, I said, feel free to come in as literally as early as 7 a.m. And I said no later than 4 p.m. Because if it's after 4 p.m., we run the chance of literally not getting there till like midnight, 12:30. I don't want to do that. That sucks.
Do you? How many people got riding with you then total?
If it's only going to be me and him, and if the shadow comes, the shadow.
So nobody's flying there to ride with you?
Martin said in so many words, my butt really hurts when I do that because I already sat down for 12 hours. I don't want to sit around for 7 more.
Right.
Yeah. Cody literally just got back from a conference he had to go to for work 2 weeks ago, and he said, I can't. It's too soon.
Is Martin going to OLF though? He's just flying into Columbus?
He's flying directly into Columbus. The only question is am I going to be there in time to pick him up? And if not, who's going to pick him up? Because that cab ride isn't far, but they bring you. It's like literally like a $40 cab ride.
Man.
Even though it's 8 minutes, 10 minutes.
Wait, are you mixing pudding, John?
No, I'm petting my cat.
Oh, man, this is making me hungry.
Pudding. Mm.
Oh, Eric.
That's a nice kitty.
Yeah, she's great.
Just like I told you, Steve. Enjoy it while you had it because the AC is back on.
At your house?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You had it at the beginning of the show. I heard it.
No, it wasn't until we got into the show, like 5 minutes.
I'm volunteering to clean up a highway Saturday morning, and they say there's a good chance of wet snow chunks falling on us the entire time. Yeah, that's the beginning. I hate this time of year.
And it must be a Illinoisan thing. I've never heard of wet snow chunks.
Yeah, what the heck is that?
It's like really wet snow little bits. I don't know. Like someone
they fall from the sky?
Just barely making it considered snow. You know what I mean? It's pretty much big fat rain, but it might be a little wet. I don't know. That's what they said.
They actually called it snow chunks?
They said like wet snow. No, I must have said chunks. Wet snow something.
I don't know. Here's the question, guys. Here's the question, guys. And John and Aaron, you guys feel free to say something too. I got the 1+1. Okay? I don't want to say be selfish, but I could be selfish. I could put the Moto X back on Swappa, sell it, get some money, some change, some loot, some cake, some greenback. I could save it as a backup phone for my wife, but she has insurance on her phone.
No,
that's my logic. It's over a year old. I don't think it's really desirable if I give it away on the show. It's a year old. Yeah.
Swappa.
It is a nice device.
I say Swappa.
And I will say, if I could, I haven't tried yet because I'm afraid of disappointment. Let's just get it out there. I haven't tried yet. Attempted to try to rip the APK off of my Moto X for some of those Moto Assist apps and put it on this phone and just see what happens.
They're really that helpful, huh?
They literally grow on you because they don't nag you. They literally like wait and then they prompt you and say, "Hey, I noticed you were driving. We could make that easier. Do you want us to help you when you're driving?" And then you hit a button and it says, "We can read out your text messages and help automate whatever." They don't really describe it accurately, but if you say yes and you're driving, a little road icon up on your navigation on your notification bar. And then if you get a phone call, you'll hear your phone ring most times like a split second, and then it cuts away, and then it says, you have an incoming phone call from Dad. Do you want to accept this? Do you want to answer this call? Say yes. And you just say yes, and then the phone picks up.
What does John have there?
Moto X box.
This is the Moto X box.
Huh.
I was just looking. I just went on Swappa real quick for US. See, and that's how I have to search on Swappa.
You can't use it, can you, Eric?
They have a Moto X, but I don't know if it's gonna be the same kind
I was
because
gonna
this is
say,
This is CDMA, not GSM. But it's
Gotcha.
$211. This guy's asking for it.
Oh yeah, and I'm telling you, I got mine for steal. I got mine on Swappa for $200. All the other ones were $260 and $280 because the guy said openly in his description there must have been something under his case when he put it on because there's a couple little marks in the back, and then he showed good pictures of it up close. And I said, they're only on the back? He said, yeah. I said, the front's fine? Yeah, the front's fine. I'm going to put a case on it. Just sell me the damn thing.
I go on Swappa at least once a week, and like the last one that sold was $161.
You don't have to, Eric. All you got to do is log in with your Google account and hit subscribe for your carrier-compatible Moto X's, and every time one gets posted, you'll get notified.
Oh, I just look at all the phones because total phones for sale for US Cellular right now.
3.
Out of all the phones. Not
3.
Just how, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Oh, there's 2 5Cs on there. 3 Note 3s, anywhere from 240 to 380. And 1 Samsung Active Odyssey, whatever that is. Oh, it's a Windows phone, $100.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jet out.
All right, man.
If I close this out, will it kill the live stream?
It's supposed to, but it didn't last time.
All right. Well, you guys have a good one.
You too, Steve.
All right, Steve, take care.
See you guys.
Save me.
Yeah, I need to jet too. These chicks in my house are sick. See if they need anything. When I came down here, my wife was like boiled over in pain.
You have chickens in your house?
The chicks, the girls, they're sick, man. Them Vimmins, man, they're no good. They're sick all the time.
Hey, what is it? Cold flu?
Ebola, I don't know.
Don't say Ebola. What's wrong with you?
Okay, enterovirus. I don't know. They're coughing. They didn't. My daughter, they didn't even give her any kind of antibiotics. Just they like some cough syrup with codeine in them. Oh, there you go.
Well, I'll tell you, my wife had on the news my wife had on the news this morning, and I woke up, my throat, I can't swallow. It hurts, man. She's watching the news, and I said to her, please change this channel. She said, why? I said, because if I was a hypochondriac, I'd think I have Ebola. And then I come home from work and sit down, and I find out the stupid guy who came from Africa, who has Ebola, guess where he came through? He came through Dulles. He came through Dulles, which is right here. Yeah, ain't too far down the road. I'm like, great. Yeah, it's great. I could have punched that guy right in the face. What's wrong with you? You knew you had Ebola?
Yeah. That's probably why we went straight to Washington, D.C.
Exactly.
But I asked for a layover there to go to Texas.
Well, I'll just say everything that happens in Texas is bigger. Well, they did it again. They have the biggest disease right now. This is Texas. They don't play around with Texas. If he infects other people and other people die, I wouldn't be shocked if they literally charge him with murder and execute everybody in Texas and execute them.
They really got people worried down there, man.
Oh, it's good for news ratings, yeah.
Like starting another war wasn't enough for the news to talk about, and throw this in there too.
Yeah. I gotta go upstairs and eat dinner. I didn't get a chance.
Yeah, I should probably get going. Well, thanks for hanging out, guys.
It was fun. Hopefully, I wasn't too much of a distraction.
No.
Cool.
You were good.
You're okay. You're no Morgan Webb, but you're all right.
You're no.
Well, yeah.
Not too much of a distraction. That might have been a distraction.
Yeah.
You just have a cat.
My cat was a distraction. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. I'll see you later.
Yeah, guys. Have a good night.
Take it
You
easy.
too. Thanks.